on the gridiron or courtside, you know what time it is. It's
Sports plus life. Sports plus life.
ringside or front court or field pass, we ballin', no. Knuckle up or buckle up, I tell it like it is when I'm on my show. Home run, slam dunk, knockout, or got some dough.
Sports plus life.
Yeah.
Sports plus life. Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. You feel me? Playoff edition, bro. You already know what's going down today. So guess what? Guess what? Turn it off, turn it off, turn it all the way off. Now, yeah, here we go. Usually, you guys are either just getting the podcast early on a Tuesday because I did it Monday and it took forever to load up, or, But it is Tuesday. I waited because I wanted all of the wild card games to go, and, wild card weekend lasted from Saturday to Monday, and the games just concluded. The first round of games just concluded last night, so I wanted to be able to talk about everything, but please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life, that there sports podcast where we talk about all of the necessary topics in sports and all of the necessary topics in life. It is a cloudy, drizzly, chilly day. It is the AM right now. It is early in the AM right now. I got stuff to do today. I had stuff to do yesterday. Yesterday was very busy, but missions were accomplished yesterday. And today I have more things to do. Gotta take my son to the dentist and all that other good stuff. So you already know what it is. So it is early in the AM Tuesday. January 17th, 2000 of the 2-3. And again, it is a cloudy, drizzly, chilly morning in the Richmond, VA. But I like to send shout outs to everybody, my black and gold fam and my fam in general. I hope everybody has a wonderful, blessed, and safe week. And again, 2023, just getting started off. I hope everybody is starting their year off right. I hope everybody is starting their year off correctly. We don't want no drama. We don't want no drama in 2023. No, we don't need all of that stuff right there, cut. But anyway, are you guys ready to enter the realm of sports? I'm ready. You ready? We ready? They all ready. So let's get to it. Super Wild Card Weekend is in the books in the NFL playoff time. And now the divisional matchups are set. Let's do a week in review that is the NFL playoffs. It started out Saturday with the divisional matchup. And when I say divisional, as in two teams from the same division. But you guys know that. You guys aren't stupid. But it was the Seattle Seahawks at the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I have to give the Seattle Seahawks all the credit in the world because a month ago, I thought all of the air had come out of that balloon. And Geno Smith, what a comeback story. I guarantee you he gets comeback player of the year. They came into San Francisco to take on the red-hot San Francisco 49ers. They've won 10 in a row. And Brock Purdy had some of those. He looked in the first half a little nervous, was missing a couple of throws. Seattle actually led this game 17-16 at the half. But then in the second half, the 49ers said, hey, bro, we the 49ers. We are the 49ers. Who the fuck are they? And they blew the doors off of the Seahawks in the second half, winning by a final score of 41-23. Brock Purdy had 332 passing yards. Christian McCaffrey playing in his second career playoff game, first since he was a rookie, had 119 rushing yards, and Deebo Samuel had 133 receiving yards. Man, the 49ers, man, they tough, man. They are such a well-oiled machine when you talk about the weapons that they have. I I have to put them right up there with the Cincinnati Bengals as far as top skill position players, combination of the top skill position players as far as a collection in the league. You guys know that I love the combination of Chase, Higgins, Boyd, and Mixon. But Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, and McCaffrey. Damn. I mean, that's like just as good. Them 49 and Brock Purdy, man, for a rookie making his first career playoff start, as it was Geno Smith's first career playoff start as well. Them 49ers look tough. I've been saying this for over 2 months now. I said this right after the Christian McCaffrey trade to San Francisco, in which the 49ers were 3-3 at the time. I said, the Niners are about to roll. I think it's going to be Philadelphia versus San Francisco in the NFC Championship game. And I'm 1 week away from possibly being correct. But again, shout out to the Seattle Seahawks, because there were no expectations of this team, particularly after the Russell Wilson trade. And Geno Smith plays better than Russell Wilson this season. Ain't that about a bitch? Oh boy. Anyway, to the Saturday night late game that was in Jacksonville, the Los Angeles Chargers had a 27-0 lead over the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they lost. Trevor Lawrence threw 4 first-half interceptions to Asante Samuel Jr., but then comes back in the second half and throws 4 touchdown passes as the Jaguars rally and beat the Chargers 31-30. You know, first of all, I called the Chargers to get to the AFC Championship game, so that totally screws up what the hell I said last week. Makes me look like a dumbass. But I wasn't even mad. I wasn't even mad because, one, the Chargers are a division rival of mine, so, you know, I mean, it's good to see the division represent, but in one hand, fuck them. And two, I don't have anything against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think Dougie P is an awesome coach. Trevor Lawrence is starting to validate why he was the number 1 overall pick. Didn't do it in the first half, but that shows what you're made of when you don't fold up and you don't just give up because you're down 27-0. But for the Chargers, damn, you was up 27-0. What's wrong with you? I mean, how do you not close the deal on that one? Now, we've seen some all-time playoff collapses, and if I'm not mistaken, this was the 3rd largest comeback in NFL history, trailing only the, I remember this as a small kid, when the Buffalo Bills and Frank Reich did it to the Houston Oilers. And if I'm not mistaken, in 2013, Andrew Luck and the Colts came back from a huge deficit against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that is correct. But, I mean, this doesn't happen often for obvious reasons. And Brandon Staley, look, all I keep hearing is that Sean Payton, Sean Payton wants to come to L.A. to coach the Chargers. For one, I hope my Denver Broncos get Sean Payton as a head coach. I'm not going to front. But Brandon Staley's one argument that he can say is, well, I did better than last year. I mean, he could point to injuries if he wants to, and he could say, well, hey, my first year we didn't make the playoffs. This year we did make the playoffs. And if you keep me on another year, maybe we'll advance further in the playoffs. I don't know. But I know if I'm Chargers management and ownership, I'm pissed. He has not. I don't think Brandon Staley will get fired unless. Now, if Sean Payton says, you know what, I will take that job, then Brandon Staley is out the door. Because playing, for one, you made a mistake by playing your star when you had nothing to play for. You couldn't improve your seeding by any chance, and you wouldn't fall by any chance in your seedings in the last week against the Denver Broncos, a regular season finale. And you get Mike Williams hurt. I mean, real hurt. To the point where the only way he may have come back is if possibly you made the AFC Championship game. But that's moot now because you had a historic collapse. Justin Herbert, I mean, on one hand, you want to say Herbert has a potential to be a top 3 quarterback. On the other, you know, when you're the quarterback and you see a lead like that slipping away, you have to do something to change the momentum as the quarterback. even if you have to call your own plays, because sometimes there are some games where you see a collapse happen and a coach can't get out of their own way. I'll give you perfect examples. Kyle Shanahan twice as the offensive coordinator for the Falcons when the Patriots made that historic comeback 28-3 in the Super Bowl, and against the Kansas City Chiefs a couple years ago in the Super Bowl. Sometimes if you're the quarterback, if you're that dude, you just got to say, all right, look, I got this. Let me do what I got to do, and we will survive and advance. But congratulations to Jacksonville. That defense, they down 27 points, but it really won't because of Jacksonville's defense, because Trevor Lawrence kept turning the damn football over. That defense is so young and fast. If the Jaguars were on turf, if they were in a dome, my Lord, they would have the fastest defense in the NFL, and they might have it anyway. Anyway, Jacksonville advances on to Sunday's games in Buffalo. Now, as soon as kickoff said, I said, man, the Dolphins are about to get smoked. And they fell down 17-0 to the Buffalo Bills. But I have so much respect for the Miami Dolphins because they came back to take the lead in that game. They were up 24-20 in the third quarter with Skylar Thompson as their quarterback. I mean, all jokes aside, yeah, Skylar Thompson is, obviously he was good enough to be a professional quarterback. But, I mean, did you see the way he looked every time he came into a game this season for the Dolphins? Man, the Buffalo Bills, I don't want to say they should be ashamed of themselves because they did win, and the name of the game is survive and advance. But Buffalo gave people a reason to doubt them now. Straight up. Buffalo gave people a lot of reason to say, are they really going to go to the Super Bowl? And, we get it. This was the third time they saw the Miami Dolphins. They split the first two games. When you are playing a division opponent, there is a level of familiarity that exists. But again, Skylar Thompson, I'm inclined to think that if Tua had played that game, Miami would have won. Because for one, they're missing Von Miller so much because they get no pressure at the quarterback. They get no pressure on the quarterback. Yeah, I was correct. This Von Miller injury is really rearing its ugly head. And then on the flip side, the Bills' offensive line does not look good at all. Josh Allen got sacked 7 times. He got sacked 7 times. That no good. That no good for business. No good for business.
Oh, hell no.
But the end result is what it is. The Buffalo Bills will move on. And at the beginning of the season, I had the Miami Dolphins as a dark horse team to make the playoffs. They made the playoffs. So, it is what it is. Now they have the questions on what are they going to do with Tua moving forward, because the concussion thing is definitely an issue. And that may present an opportunity to go in a direction that you were looking to go to before. I'll get to that in a moment. Next game in Minnesota. Nobody believes in the Minnesota Vikings. Nobody. Despite their 13-4 record and undefeated record in close games. I think they were 11-0 in games decided by 7 points or less. Nobody believed in this Minnesota Vikings team. And you know why? Because they proved why nobody believed in them. The New York Football Giants, back in the playoffs for the first time since 2016, get their first playoff victory since winning the Super Bowl way back when in 2011. The Giants defeat the Minnesota Vikings 31-24. I told you. I said whoever plays the Minnesota Vikings is going to beat them. I said it. I meant it. Calling me a prophet. And speaking of that cash register sound effect, Daniel Jones just made himself some money. I was in my group text with my guys from the Prediction League. I was saying, I ain't see Daniel Jones play like that. I ain't never seen him play like that. I'm talking about the dude was sharp and crisp. His passes were on point. He was moving the football with his arms and his legs. So to me, it's no coincidence why Brian Daboll, who definitely gets a shout out, he may be coach of the year. There's a reason why he went from Josh Allen to Daniel Jones, because there's damn near an identical skill set that exists in Daniel Jones that exists in Josh Allen. He's mobile. Josh Allen may have a stronger arm, but Daniel Jones could possibly be more accurate. And you're doing this with wide receivers who nobody's heard of, with the exception of Darius Slayton. Isaiah Hodgins, he's a good receiver. He's turning out to be a pretty good receiver. And Saquon Barkley just did what Saquon Barkley does, okay? I mean, his first carry was for like a 20-yard touchdown. And the Giants, nobody gave the Vikings a chance, and the team that was next on that list of we don't think this team is going to do anything was the New York Giants. But, when they met up Christmas Eve, the Vikings needed a 61-yard field goal to win the game. I'm sure that gave the Giants confidence. But what's just sad about the Minnesota Vikings is Minnesota knew ain't nobody believing them. And that's when you got to come out and punch everybody in the face and shut everybody the hell up, and you didn't. Justin Jefferson just has 40-some yards receiving during the game. That's the best receiver in the NFL. But what makes this even funnier is that on 4th and 8, Kirk Cousins throws a 3-yard pass to a tight end with a safety right behind him.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
And then had a look on his face like he was surprised that didn't work. Bro, you didn't at least throw for the first down sticks. What is wrong with you? This is why people don't believe in you. The Vikings could have been 15, 16-1, and still nobody would have believed in him because of that shit right there. So the New York Giants advance. I told you guys who were looking for a potential third game between the Cowboys and the Eagles, I told you whoever the Vikings play, gonna beat them. And that was the lowest seed to win. So that sets up a round 3 between Philadelphia and New York. Called that one last week too. Moving on to the Sunday night game, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Round 3 for them, division opponent. I called Burrow and the Bengals to win, and they did 24-17, but it really wasn't because of the offensive play of the Cincinnati Bengals. The play of the game that won the game was this right here.
Put them right around Huntley. He reaches. Oh, that ball's out. That's live. Back the other way. Sam Hubbard, the Cincinnati Kid. Hubbard's got a convoy. Chased by Andrews. At the 30, the 20. He will score. And he broke the plane. Logan Wilson went over the top to knock it out. We'll have to see where it came out. That's short. That is short of it. What a play by Wilson. And Sam Hubbard, who grew up a Bengals fan, won a state championship at Moeller High School, championship at Ohio State, makes the massive play to take it the other way and give the Bengals the lead.
Play of the weekend, without question. Had to be play of the weekend because the game was tied at 17. Tyler Huntley is trying to jump over, put the football over the goal line because I want to say it was 3rd and goal at the 1, and it gets knocked out right into the arms of Sam Hubbard. And you heard the audio. He took it 98 yards for the touchdown. And that was the play of the weekend because for all intents and purposes, we don't know what would have happened had the Ravens gone up by a touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, I think, was absolutely justified for his frustration, saying, bro, you got to get me the damn ball. That's my job. I need to be the guy to get that in the end zone. That's my job. And that turned out to be the game-winning play as nobody else scored any more points. And again, this is another game, like I said about Miami. I said if Tua played, given the way that game went, I firmly believe that the Dolphins would have won. If Lamar Jackson plays that game, who am I to say that the Ravens wouldn't have won? Now, again, it's the thing I said about Tyler Huntley a few weeks ago. And Tyler Huntley has hurt his own stock because while he's a capable backup, he can play, he's a backup nonetheless. Because I said this a month ago, Tyler Huntley will keep the game close. It'll be interesting, but in the end, you're not going to win. I think given the way that game went, Lamar probably pulls that one, and I guarantee you this, if Lamar Jackson was in the game, that wouldn't have happened. That specific play would not have happened. So now the Ravens have more questions because Lamar Jackson just sent out a tweet yesterday basically telling the Ravens, y'all better stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? If you got something good, you treat it good, and that something good will treat you good. Something along the lines. I don't have the tweet in front of me. But the Ravens go home. The Bengals advance. So that sets the stage for the matchup. And now, if I'm Cincinnati, now I have a serious attitude because of everything that happened with that Monday night game in Buffalo and the Damar Hamlin injury, and the NFL handled it perfectly by stopping the game. But the way that they continue to proceed with it, as far as only neutral field game would be a KC Buffalo AFC title game or a KC Cincinnati AFC title game. If I'm the Bengals, I have an attitude because now I got to go to Buffalo and play a team that we were beating at the time of the injury. This could have easily been in our house, so why isn't this game a neutral field game? That would be my gripe, but the Bengals survive and advance. That's the name of the game. And I knew the Ravens would be the Ravens would keep it a closer game because of that defense. Buffalo ain't had no damn business being in that type of game with Miami. None whatsoever. But it is what it is, and as far as the AFC playoff picture, chalk walked, if you will. All of the home teams won. We had no road victories this weekend in AFC playoff play. And now to Monday Night Football, the game last night, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Dallas Cowboys. The game that had all the hype, all of the hoopla, all of the drama, because you got America's team, shit, versus America's quarterback, shit. I believe the second statement is more true than the other, but it is what it is. All of the hype, all of the glitz and the glamour, Monday Night Football playoff game, they're going to build it up to be as close to a Super Bowl as possible, and the game did not live up to the hype as the Dallas Cowboys defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-14, and the game wasn't even that close. The Cowboys, and you may never hear me say this shit again, I borderline enjoyed watching that ass whooping that Dallas put on Tom Brady. You may never hear that come out my mouth again because, I was thinking about it, and me and Sean were talking about it. It's a win-win either way because we hate the Cowboys and we don't like Brady. We tired of Brady. So one of them we're going to be gone after last night, and that happened to be Tom Brady. Now, did I pick Tampa Bay to win this game? Yes, I did. Was I wrong? Yes, I was. I picked Tampa to win this game based on two things. Off of reputation for Tom Brady, just actually showing a little respect. And two, looking at the way that the Cowboys have played over the last month of the season, particularly their defense. Dak's been a turnover machine, but that didn't surprise me, actually. Their defense, they didn't play great against Gardner Minshew and the Eagles. They didn't play great at all against Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. They got blitzed by the Commanders, so they were trending in the wrong direction for the last 3-4 games. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been trending in the wrong direction since about week 2. This was not a good football team. This was a below-average, bad football team. The only team in the playoffs who did not have a winning record. If they were in any other division in the NFL, they would not have made the playoffs. That is a fact. That's not opinion. That is a fact. And I tweeted out a text to my guys, I sent a text to my guys saying, Brady need to get his ass whipped like this so he can realize it's time to hang it up. I mean, for goodness sakes, we were looking for Tampa Bay to be something that they haven't been all season, and that is a good football team. And Tom Brady, and I know they're going to be teams that come calling, I believe probably the Jets, and this is what I said earlier with the Tua situation with Miami. You don't know about him because of his concussion history, and we all found out before this season started the scandal that was going on between the Miami Dolphins owner, Sean Payton, and Tom Brady, which was really the honest reason why Brian Flores got fired, is because they thought they were going to bring in Sean Payton and have Tom Brady as a quarterback. With Tua's concussion history now, maybe that opens the door for Brady to come there next season. But this is the thing. Tom Brady no longer elevates average players to be above average players or below average players to be average players. Everything with Tom Brady, with a Tom Brady-led team, has to be so perfect. He has to have the deck stacked in order for him to be effective. Everybody was lauding and kissing his ass about he just set the completion record again. Look at Tampa Bay's offense last night. All you have is Brady throwing a bunch of 3-yard passes, 2-yard passes, wide receiver screens, running back screens. So, I mean, I'm going to put things in its proper perspective. You break a completion record. One, you got an extra game now during the season. And two, you're taking 2 steps and you're throwing it 2 yards down the field. I bet you if I did that in an NFL game, I'd probably complete about 20 passes my damn self. And I ain't never played quarterback at a organized level ever in my life. So, and this is not me trying to throw shade. I'm just keeping it 100. The Dallas Cowboys had a perfect game plan. The only thing that wasn't perfect about the Cowboys last night was their kicker. And I thought that was absolutely hilarious. This motherfucker wouldn't have been able to get on the team bus with me. How the hell do you miss 4 extra points? I mean, I'm sending messages out to my guys. I'm saying Dallas better keep scoring, because if this game gets close and Dallas may need a field goal to win or to tie the game, oh, they'd be screwed. I mean, I'm like, I wouldn't. When it was 18-0, I sent out a message saying, bro, I'm going for 2 the rest of the game. And they score another touchdown to go up 24-0. And sure enough, Maher misses another extra point. I mean, the dude was terrible. Other than that, I'll give credit where credit was due. Dallas played an absolutely wonderful game, but they should have won that game because they were the better team. So I don't want to blow things out of proportion like I'm sure Cowboy fans are doing this morning. I mean, Cowboy fans and probably done busted about 4 nuts and some more stuff because they team won a playoff game. Good for you. You won a game against a team that you should have beaten. Okay, that's what it is. You played a team that you were better than, and you won the game. Hit up my homeboy Eddie, hit me up saying, what do you think about this game? I said, enjoy this win because next Sunday it is over. You're going to San Francisco, and it's the way I felt about this game. I said, I really don't care who wins, because whoever wins this game is going home next week when they have to see the 49ers. So good for Dallas. They won the game. Tom Brady, go somewhere. Retire. It's like, again, I've said this all season long. This man appears to not have an identity outside of wearing a football uniform when you have over $30 million waiting for you in a booth where you can still sit and talk about football. I mean, for God's sakes, man, you put football ahead of your family. It costs you your marriage. Enough's enough. You're not getting better as a player. You don't elevate players anymore. You made the playoffs, whoop-de-fucking-do. You made the playoffs in the most trash-ass division in the NFL. That's what happened. This is not hating. This is facts. Now, as for the NFC East, salute. I mean, the NFC East showed out this week. Out of the 4 teams that are left on the NFC side of the bracket to get to the Super Bowl, 3 of them are from the NFC East. This was the best division in football all season, and they flexed their muscles. I'm just keeping a spade. I'm keeping it 100. The NFC East flexed their muscles this week in the playoffs. New York Giants did their thing. Dallas Cowboys did their thing. So now the matchups for the division round are set. They're set as we inch closer to the Super Bowl, and the matchups the matchups are as follows. There'll be 2 games on Saturday, there'll be 2 games on Sunday. At 4:30, the Jacksonville Jaguars will travel to Arrowhead Stadium to play the Kansas City Chiefs. That's going to be a tougher game than people realize. I had the Chargers going in there to upset them, and of course the Chargers did the most Chargers shit ever. But that's going to be a tough game because Jacksonville has a very fast defense. And then Saturday night, 8:15, the New York Giants go into Lincoln Financial Field. This is going to be a tough game. A divisional opponent. 3rd time the Eagles and the Giants will have played. Daniel Jones just got his money. He just got his money. But if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, you just need to win this one game, and then you will host the NFC Championship game. Excellent. On Sunday at 3 o'clock. The Cincinnati Bengals go to the Buffalo Bills. Again, if I was Cincinnati, I would have a serious attitude about this because of the situations that happened. Nobody wanted that situation to happen, and we're all very happy and thankful that DeMar Hamlin, dude, is getting better so fast. Dude was just at the Buffalo facility the other day. He might come back and play. I thought his football career was over. It wouldn't surprise me if he tried to play. But Bengals and Bills, 3 o'clock, and then at 6:30 Sunday, the Cowboys and the 49ers. Man, that matchup makes me feel like I'm a kid all over again. So that is the roundup in football for the playoffs.
Bye, bitch.
And now it's time for them phone calls. I got starting off with the fans of the two teams that played last night. You guys know Tony. You guys know Calvin. What up, fellas?
I'm rich, bitch.
Yo, what's going on?
All right. Well, I mean, the most recent game is the game I'm going to talk about first. Tony, your Cowboys were triumphant over Brady and the Bucks. Tony, the floor is yours first. What did you think of overall about that game in particular?
I thought it was a great overall team effort. I think Maher got the yips, and maybe we just want to bring in a kicker just in case. And I think, these type of games are the games you look at Dak and say, okay, I can see why they paid him. Unlike last week against Washington. But I have no faith in Dak. If he can bring it 2-3 weeks in a row, then I get it. But that's it. And I think it's time for Brady to just go sit in the corner somewhere.
Right.
Bye, bitch.
You know what I mean? You gave up your wife for this.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I literally just said that. I literally just finished saying that. Yeah.
That's my assessment.
Oh yeah, all right. Calvin, what did you think of last night? I know I called Calvin at halftime when it was 18-0. I said, see, this is part of the master plan.
I told you, I said, I don't know, we'll see. I was hoping you was right.
Because I told you, I said, see, first of all, Brady paid off Maher. Brady slipped some money in Maher's pocket so he could look like a kicker that need to be in the G League.
He did something. I thought motherfucker Ron Gronkowski had that nigga White tied up in the basement. Like, nigga, if you kick one field goal, nigga, oh. All right. You know what I'm saying? All right. I think it was Danny Amendola and Ron Gronkowski had that nigga grandma somewhere tied the fuck up. So there's no way. But, at the same time, I would be honest with you.
You niggas are crazy.
I was mad. I'm disappointed and shit, but I'm kind of glad this shit is over. Because you pointed out something. I was seeing the text message I saw y'all texting back and forth, and you made a good point that I forgot about. We looked like that all year. We played exactly how we played in that game all year. What did we really expect? You know what I'm saying? So I had to ask myself, what do you expect? I mean, they did what they were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? It was like you said, they beat us. They beat the shit out of us. And Tom Brady, he do need to go and sit down. So do you think I'm talking about now when I said it look like the nigga, for some reason he won't go to, it's like he won't even look Mike Evans way until we down 21 points. And it's like, all right, now let's go.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
This is something that I said a few minutes ago in regards to, because they said Tom Brady just, broke the all-time completions record for one season. I said, okay, well, for one, it's an extra game now. Two, you look at the offense. He's throwing 2-yard passes, 3-yard passes, wide receiver screens, running back screens, check downs. And when you throw it 60 times a game and
right.
90% of your throws are 5 yards or less, you're going to complete a lot of passes.
Biatch.
But
He's doing that because we can't run the ball.
But I'm not going to lie. I said something, and I put it on Facebook. I said, I may never say this shit again. I told you this last night. I said, Calvin, I'm borderline enjoying this.
Yeah.
I said, this is the grand plan, but I'm borderline enjoying this because, of course, I have no dog in the fight. I hate the Cowboys. I'm unapologetic, and I will stand on it. But I am sick and fucking tired of Tom Brady. I am so sick and tired of him. I was borderline enjoying that last night.
And you know what? And you said that to me before, and I would have said, and I've always said that if you had him, you wouldn't be. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm sick of the nigga too. For real. I'm kind of glad this shit over. It's like it's you know what I'm saying? Like it's over with. Like
yes.
I was good. I was good in mediocrity. I was happy for 18 years. Like we weren't doing.
Well, you got another Super Bowl out the deal, so Yeah,
we did. I can't complain. But this little shit show.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about LeBron James. Okay, we got a championship out of him, and even though he's playing at a supremely high level given his age and years in the league, but but it's. I mean, are the Lakers they're nothing to write home about, so I feel kind of the same way. Now, of course, I sent the message. I said, This has been Tampa Bay all season. I picked Tampa Bay to win off of reputation, showing a little respect for Brady, and based on the way that Dallas had played the last month of the season, particularly on defense. Tony, I told you this last week. I said if this was November, I would have picked the Cowboys to win that game, no bias, because Dallas was trending in the wrong direction for the last month. Tampa's been trending in the wrong direction since week 2. So none of that surprised me. The Cowboys should have won that game. They were the better team. I just didn't like the direction that they were going in coming into the playoffs. And, Brady is Brady, or as they say, but this has been Tampa all season. Yes,
Man.
Brady need to hang it the fuck up.
Yeah, he looked like, and you know what? It's funny how the shit works, because he looked like, and I ain't gonna say like, he looked like Roethlisberger did last year. He looked like Drew Brees did the year we beat him. This man, it's like it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's there. It's on the wall. Like he played. I mean, he fell off fast. Like it didn't look like he was gonna get there, because it didn't look like it was gonna be this bad because of how he played last year.
Well,
but
this is the one thing I will step up and defend him for, is that when you say he fell off fast, no, he didn't. He's 45 years old. He should have fallen off 5 years ago. But this season in particular, he showed that he's 45 years old. And to me, it was never more evident than when he threw that ball to Godwin and he got tackled to the turf and the ball came out. Initially, they ruled it a fumble, and Dallas's return man is trying to run it back, and Tom Brady tries a baseball slide trip for a tackle. I was like, that is pathetic.
Yeah, I can go get another skid.
But
All right, every time I'm fucking on the phone, somebody on the Facebook. Right, but yeah, I get you.
But Tony, you guys won a game. You got it done. How bad was Jaron Kearse's injury?
No report yet. I mean, that's going to be kind of big, because we need him. But I haven't heard anything yet.
And I saw Micah Parsons limping off. You saw what that was. He just got kicked in the shin.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good. He did the post-game thing, and I asked him about it. He said, nah, I'm good. That's certain things on the defensive side. As I had said before, that missing them few pieces, the way that defense is built with them cornerbacks. Well, I did a cornerback committee. And that was, I mean, even Xavier Rose got in. They did cornerback by committee, and it seemed to work out on that other side. Diggs, I know, I tell you what, he can't do that. Whatever he was doing last night, don't. Because I don't know what he was doing. That cushion mess that he was doing, I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, they playing 6-7 yards off of, I don't get it.
I didn't understand the cushion.
You knew why Deion was doing it. You know what I mean? Because he was trying to bait the quarterback. But come on, man, you cannot do that this week.
Yeah, I didn't understand the cushion that the Bucs were giving them Dallas receivers. I saw on a few Pacific plays. I'm seeing Carlton Davis give a 15-yard cushion to Gallup.
Carlton Davis is like, he must be working. He is like a double agent or something. I'm gonna tell you something, Jack. This man, for the life of me, everybody here, all you hear is shit from Eli Apple. Well, Carlton Davis has been getting on shit for years. Carlton Davis has been out of position for 2.5 years. Right now, today, he probably ain't where he's supposed to be. He probably where he's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like that little wheel route to fucking and like that little wheel route to Lamb. It's like, how do you do that?
On fourth down?
Man, he has been out of position like that. I've seen, and I know dudes like that. Every time I've seen him out of position all year long, and he still give you that dumbass face. You know what I'm saying? I think we all know 2 or 3 cats like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why would you do that? And then they don't have no excuse for it. They just have their dumb ass face, their mouth wide open, and they mad and they ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's some. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it might be a little light skin shit. You know, like he angry. You angry because you fucked up. But he been out of position. But I think, did we pay him last year? Oh, we ain't pay that nigga last year.
I think he did get an extension after y'all won the Super Bowl.
What about him? Well, shit, he might be gone after this because I'm telling you, that man, he been out of position, dog. Like Jamel Dean and Sean Murphy Bunton outplayed that dude. Like it's too big for him.
Well, okay. Well, now I want to ask you guys about specifically about Brady. Now we all agree that he should retire, but rumor has it already that the team that's going to come a calling is probably the Raiders. Probably the Raiders, or maybe the New York Jets. I brought up earlier in the show that maybe because of Tua's concussion history, that because he tried to scheme and scam his way to Miami last offseason. Now with the uncertainty of Tua's health, that option may open the door again, and there doesn't have to be a scam in place because he'll be an unrestricted free agent. I don't think he should play again. I think he should be done. But do you think? What are the chances you think that he signs with another team? Tony, I'll start with you.
I think it's likely because he got to make it, again, he gave up his wife for this, so he got to make it at least the effort. So he's not a meme or, I could see Miami, but again, if he can't throw the ball, more than 5-10 yards at a clip, the dink and dunk is what somebody wants, and just put some butts in the seat because of the name, then it'll end up in one of them 2 places. And those are the only teams, really, anyway.
I could now. The only reason why I could see Miami possibly is because of what you just said, dink and dunk, and there are no 2 better wide receivers with yards after the catch than Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I've heard things about possibly San Francisco. I never pay any attention when I hear people say Tom Brady in San Francisco, strictly because, one, let the 49ers get to the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy as their quarterback. I think Trey Lance might know right now that he out the door, and Garoppolo already knows. But
that's what I was saying.
Yeah, but Kyle Shanahan is like his daddy. They run their offense, and what is Brady going to want to do? Whatever team he goes to, he's going to want to run his offense. And he could get away with that with McDaniels and Vegas because of their history. But the thing with Brady is any team he goes to has to be so stacked. The deck has to be stacked because he can't elevate players anymore. Calvin, what do you think ultimately Brady is going to do?
Well, when you said Miami, I was gonna say no. I would say he's going to Vegas for the same reason I say he's not going to Miami. He wouldn't go to Miami because of that stain of what happened with him and the
owner,
and all that up. Him and Sean Payton and all the other shit. That'll be too much of a distraction. But I can see him going to the Raiders because he was supposed to be to the Raiders before he went to us. That shit was probably in the works when that shit was in the works a year before he. That shit was probably in the works a year before he signed with us.
Yeah, John Gruden messed that one up.
He was supposed to always meet John Gruden in Las Vegas, in Oakland at the time, or wherever before they moved. He was always supposed to meet them eventually once he came out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the whole reason why they signed Antonio Brown. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
So I can see him for the Raiders, and you talking about putting butts in the seats. What is Miami at least? I mean, what is Vegas? What a tourist attraction? You know what I'm saying? You go to come on now. That sounds real good to them. You can go to the casinos with half of the Vegas favorite and see the greatest of all time. He's going to Vegas. If he go anywhere, he's going to Vegas. I believe.
Al Davis. You got to go to Al Davis in his ear talking about you owe us for that tuck rule bullshit.
Yeah.
But I think you could very well be right. I just think now if Brady knows what's good now for his legacy, because now it looks like if he goes to another team, period, it just comes across as looking as desperate. Of clearly, you don't feel you have an identity if you don't have a football uniform on. And again, like we said, that's already cost him his marriage. And Tony, you know, I was saying this for the last couple of years. I called football his wife and Giselle his side chick. I was saying that for the last couple of years. And I just think that would be looking desperate. He just needs to hang it up. He's not getting better as a player. He's not.
That would be crazy if he went all the way to Vegas and played for the Raiders, and y'all had to see him twice a year. I know you'd be pissed.
No, I wouldn't really be pissed. I mean, look. We got our own problems we got to worry about. We need to get a head coach. I ain't worried about what fuck Tom Brady does, honestly.
I got you.
But
I got you.
all right. So what did y'all think of the Super Wild Card Week in general? Tony, I'll start with you. What did you think about the week in general outside of Tampa and Dallas?
Outside of Tampa and Dallas, only the second half of Seattle and the 49ers was a letdown. Other than that, I mean, if the NFL, like the NBA at one point, was looking for parity, they got it.
Yeah.
They got it because everybody in fought. Like, they fought and had legitimate chances, and you felt like that game could have went either way. As I sit here right now, I feel like Baltimore should have advanced.
Yeah.
You know, touch the ball away. Better yet, you're right there. Just get a ball to the running back.
That's what J.K. Dobbins was complaining about.
Yeah, just get a ball to the running back. You likely score, and then the game's over. Maybe. So it was a really good weekend of football. A lot of surprises. The one that was not the shocker was Giants Vikings.
Oh right, yeah.
So other than that, I mean,
none of us picked the Vikings to win that game. So yeah.
It seems like the teams that won just made less mistakes.
Now, okay,
this team was so much better than other teams. It's just the teams that won made the least mistakes.
Okay, so they're two games.
Jacksonville, except for Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
Now, Calvin, what did you think of overall of the week in general?
I thought, except for our meltdown, I thought that it was, like you said, it was very competitive up until the second quarter, the first drive of the third quarter of the San Francisco game. Like, once he fumbled that ball, I was like, that's it.
Yeah, right.
I said that's it. And they said the same thing. They said, time to go. And it was like off to the races on their ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shit. It was. I ain't gonna say I enjoyed the shit, but all those games, except for our game, was good.
Well, now, and that's gonna lead me. I want to ask both of you again about two specific games. Jacksonville, their comeback against the Chargers. What the fuck, San Diego or Los Angeles or whatever. And then the second question: if I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, I'm nervous. Because I understand division games, against rival opponents. But with that quarterback, Skylar Thompson, ain't no way in hell that game is supposed to be that close. In your house. That shouldn't happen. Now, the Baltimore Cincinnati... Say what?
I said, you've always told me that division games are like in a different universe. They played on a different universe. So.
Yeah. The familiarity, that's a rivalry game. You had Baltimore and Cincinnati playing for the third time. Miami and Buffalo playing for the third time. I could understand. I knew that Ravens-Bengals game was going to be close because I've said this about Tyler Huntley for the last month. He's a capable backup, but he's a backup nonetheless. He'll keep the games close, but he won't win them. Buffalo should have kicked the shit out of Miami with Skylar Thompson as a quarterback. What do y'all think? First about the Jacksonville Charger game. Tony, what'd you think about that?
No lead is safe.
None.
I think when you get up like that, you got to go ahead and encourage something, dudes. They played conservative a couple drives in that second half, and after that, it just fell apart. Like the wheels, it just came completely off. They sitting there with training wheels on, thinking that they were going to hold on to that lead. And the thing about it is, when you're down like that, you don't have nothing to lose. So you're going to fling it, you're going to run, you're going to do whatever you got to do. And the Chargers just seemed content. They thought the game was over. no lead is safe. It doesn't take. I mean, it doesn't take much to get back into a game.
No,
That's head coach all the way. That is literally head coach. Momentum is a whole thing. I mean, yeah, you still got the same players on the team, but momentum is a real thing.
Now, Calvin, what did you think of Jacksonville and the Chargers?
Well, just like, I mean, I feel like this, sometimes, execution can come down to like scheme and skill, but closing come down to coaching. And it seemed like they played like, we playing the Jaguars. They're not even supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? And the Jaguars, unbeknownst to them, were probably used to being down all season long. You know what I'm saying? So they like, they're not in familiar territory. Their folks probably, their hands probably won't shake, and they was used to that shit. Not saying they've been successful at it every time, but it won't like they was in familiar territory. They were comfortable. Some teams are comfortable being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now you got this thing, and now, I think this is your point, but I think this might be your point. Now that team who is comfortable being uncomfortable, now they know, hey, we might can do some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not over with.
I definitely think they'll be. I definitely think they will be confident going into Arrowhead Stadium. One thing that I actually get amazed at with Jacksonville is that they're a team that plays on grass. Good Lord, their defense is so fast. I mean, their defense is fast and they're young. I mean, that's what happens when you get a bunch of top draft picks. Yeah, I mean, gosh, their defense. Imagine if they played on turf.
Imagine they would have had some of the same people because they've been drafting defensive players, good defensive players for a while.
Yeah.
Imagine they still would have had Ramsey and that boy,
Telvin Smith and Miles Jack and those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, you would have some veteran leadership to go with that speed and that talent there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So now I'm gonna ask the question about the Buffalo-Miami game. This is my concerns. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. For one, you're missing Von Miller. You didn't get much pressure at all on Skylar Thompson. And then on the flip side, your offensive line it's not good. Josh Allen got sacked 7 times. What do you think? If you're a Buffalo fan, how concerned are you?
I am, but at the same time, you still got a lot of talent. You still have a lot of talent. Josh Allen he's gonna have to use his legs. The offensive line is beat up. You're gonna have to use your legs, bro. It's gonna have to be a running game. Pass when you can, but run. Other than that.
Calvin, what do you think about what do you think Buffalo's concern level should be?
I wouldn't be worried. I'm not saying I wouldn't be cautious. I wouldn't be scared. I wouldn't be worried. We know what we got to do now. Like, we see how quickly it could take a lesser, a team with less expectations can do in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were sleepwalking in that game, either you woke now or even if you weren't sleepwalking, and that was, that was giving it your all. That's still a division opponent. So you should already know what it takes. I feel like they're gonna be all right, and I feel like they know they're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? When I say I wouldn't be concerned, that don't mean look past these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? As long as they stay focused, they got it. You got the pieces, you got the team. It's your time for real.
Well, now this sets up the matchup that we never got to see finished. They got Cincinnati, and I said this earlier, if I'm the Bengals, I have a serious attitude now because of the way the league decided to handle everything in wake of the DeMar Hamlin injury. I understand the neutral turf thing for the AFC Championship game, but one thing I've said for the last 2 weeks, what if Cincinnati and Buffalo meet up in the playoffs? Shouldn't that be a neutral site game too? Because that game had a lot riding on it when it comes to if they saw each other in the playoffs, where it would be played at. They said they're not going to finish it. Ultimately, Buffalo gets the home playoff game. What do you guys think of that matchup that's going to happen on Sunday?
Yeah, I agree. That's a prime example of neutral site. Because you did say it to me. I think both of them quarterbacks going to be under fire because neither one of them lines protect them right now. For real, for real. I think Burrow is in a better position, maybe, but that's a you pick 'em. That's whichever quarterback can make the most plays and take the least sacks. That's what it's going to come down to.
Okay. So let's get into matchups and predictions. So the first game we got Saturday is Jacksonville at Kansas City. Calvin, I'll start with you. Who do you like to win that game and why?
I'm going with Kansas City because even though Jacksonville played that was a hell of a comeback. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Kansas City quite taking it that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Kansas City. I don't see Kansas City. That ain't Kansas City they played last week. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with Kansas City. My reason is Mahomes. Pat Mahomes.
Okay.
Show up and show out.
Well, see, the Chargers killed my whole theory of them versus the Bengals in the AFC Championship game because they couldn't hold a fucking lead. But okay.
Right.
Tony, same question.
I think I'd go Kansas City solely for the same reason. Intangibles with Mahomes, and I do not think that you can get down against them, the way you did the previous week and come back. I just don't see it.
You can't get up against them and think that they not gonna come back.
Yeah.
I'm picking Kansas City because I think it's going to be a very tough game. I do. I think it's going to be a better game than what people might give it credit for. Because I think Jacksonville is coming in there with we ain't got nothing to lose attitude. There's no pressure on Jacksonville. None. There's no pressure. I think they can let it all hang out. All the pressure's on Kansas City. But I do think that dude they got 1-5 Mahomes. He'll be the difference. All right. The night game, Saturday night game, round 3. New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. Calvin, who you got and why?
I feel like this is more closer than people think it is. You know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, it's a division game.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to Eagles, man. I'm gonna go to Eagles simply just because I think they're a better team. You know what I'm saying? But it's closer than a lot of people think. It might be like that. It might be just like that Bills Miami game last week. As far as like how the game plays out, it's gonna be close for a minute.
Okay, Tony, same question.
I think it's going to be a tough game for the Eagles because, again, the Giants, that's their natural rival. Bigger than just the division, that's their natural rival. They hate each other more so than what people think is Dallas and Eagles. But the Giants have to play mistake-free. They can play with them. They have to run Saquon. They gotta run. I don't care if he gets stuffed 2 yards here, 3 yards there. His thing is keep slamming up in there. Eventually, that dude may break a 60-yard run. And you have to mush rush. You have to keep Hurts in the pocket. Make him throw. If they do those two things, they can beat the Eagles. One might say the Eagles, favor because they got the body. They got they're the rested team. But rust is a real thing too, and Hurts is coming back and hasn't played in a few weeks. So I give him as good a chance as anybody.
So you picking the Giants to win?
I'm gonna tell you what. Yeah.
Boy, that is clear. That is clear Philadelphia hate. No, I'm just joking with you. I'm just playing.
I'll take the Giants.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. One, because called them to get to the Super Bowl. But I do think this is going to be a real close game because this is the I-95 rivalry. I text this in the group text. I ain't never seen Daniel Jones play like that, the way he played against the Vikings. I ain't seen him play like that. And it made me realize that why Brian Daboll chose New York, because Daniel Jones has a very similar, almost identical skill set to Josh Allen. Except he may be more of an accurate passer. I ain't seen him play like that. What he did on Sunday was get his money. He just got his money. He got his money. But Philadelphia defense ain't no Minnesota defense. That ain't no Minnesota defense. And if it's one player who needed the bye week, it's Jalen Hurts because of the shoulder injury. I think it's going to be a close game, but ultimately, I think Philly will prevail and host the NFC Championship game. Next game, Cincinnati at Buffalo. Tony, who you got?
Well,
You just said it's a pick'em game too.
yeah, it is. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati simply because they can run the ball. They can run the ball. If all else fails, the running game, Cincinnati can run the ball. Buffalo can't, except for Josh Allen. So I'm gonna take the Bengals.
All right, Calvin, same question.
I'm taking Buffalo because I like their defense better than I like Cincinnati's defense. Just like to step up as far as like what they got, as far as like I know they're missing their star safety, but I like Leslie Frazier's defense. His defensive game, I trust it a little better. So that's my take.
That's gonna be an emotional game. How much you want to bet DeMar Hamlin is at that game? I mean, how much do you want to bet that he will show up to that game? Because one, it's the game. Well, for one, to show how much he's recovered, and everybody's happy about that. And two, the game it happened against Cincinnati. I'm picking the Bengals to win the game, though, because I'm picking the Bengals to win because for one, y'all know I believe in Burrow and them Bengals, right? But Buffalo's defense ain't what it was when Von Miller was there. It's just not. You're not getting any. And now Cincinnati's offensive line is dicey, particularly with Lyle Collins, and their center, I believe, just dislocated his kneecap. So their line is messed up as well. But man, something about that Joe Cool, man. I just like. I think because Cincinnati now has an attitude because they feel like that they've been screwed over by the league as far as the resolution of that game Monday night. I believe Cincinnati's gonna come in with an attitude. And I think they're going to take it right to Buffalo. And I think they're going to win. And I know you said you like Buffalo's defense better, Calvin. Just to give you a statistic. Statistically, the Bengals had the best defense in the AFC. Just on statistics. That's it. Not saying that that's going to hold any weight on Sunday, but just saying.
Well, I said I like Leslie Frazier's game, and it's proven because that game in the playoffs.
Okay.
That type of game, is not always the shiniest at the end, but from the playoff time. But I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Okay, well, we definitely shall see.
You know what Cincinnati does well to compensate for that line, and I noticed that they keep that safety valve somewhere when that ball is snapped. Yeah, that Mixon or somebody else,
Mixon or P-Ron, yeah.
Will block.
Yeah.
And then right there, waiting for a little dump off pass. That's safety valve.
Yep.
Burrow has learned that you ain't got to stand back there in 5-6 seconds and try to look down the field for, chasing them.
Yep.
So they got to run after the catch guys.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. And then finally, Calvin, I'll ask you first. Dallas versus San Francisco. Who you got?
I'm gonna go San Francisco because they apparently supposedly supposed to be the hottest team in the league right now. So, and it's not just because my team got smacked by both of these teams. So it ain't like what I'm saying.
Right.
We got shellacked by both of these teams. But I'm going with San Francisco, man, because I just think they're a better team right now.
All right, Tony, I already know who you're going to pick, but tell me why.
We got to play one. We can play with them. We got all the talent in the world to play with them. We just got to play mistake-free. Purdy is due for an egg. Everybody, he's a rookie. He's due for an egg. This is the week for the egg. This is the week for that. I got a side question for you, sir, though. Why is CeeDee Lamb and not every other wide receiver in the league an arrogant prick? Please.
Oh, you caught that last night, huh?
Oh, I caught that. Please explain why CeeDee Lamb, who don't really talk a lot of smack, is an arrogant prick.
Arrogant prick. You know why he's an arrogant prick?
He's just a hater.
I don't give a fuck. You can call me that. I don't give a shit. Fuck. I say that loud and proud. I hate y'all. You know why he's an arrogant prick? Because I said he's a goddamn arrogant prick. That's why.
I figured that. So they said that, and I'm like, he didn't do shit but spin the damn football. He do shit.
Arrogant prick, acting like he doing, and he ain't the only one who did this, and I'm surprised. I expected this. I really wouldn't be surprised if this one particular celebration is an outlaw by the NFL. And CeeDee Lamb's not the only one who does this, where it look like you're doing a line off of your finger while you point first down. I'm like,
I think that's because, you know what I'm saying? Because our rookie running back. When he's been doing it all year.
Yeah, I said it's no. That's not just CeeDee Lamb. That's a league thing, and I don't know if the league actually knows what they're impersonating.
Yeah, that's that Gucci. That's what that is. He's calling y'all pussy. That's what that is. But I thought they were doing that because the runner, he caught a little quick pass or whatever. And he slipped his finger, so then Lamb started slipping. The defense was doing it too.
I said it's a league-wide thing, but I'm going to pick the 49ers. I mean, I'm going to pick the 49ers because it's over. It's over. But if you want explanations, Dallas did what they should have done. They beat an inferior team last night. I do think it'll be a good game, but I was saying this all last week. I said, because the Vikings didn't let me down. I knew they would choke. I said whoever wins Dallas versus Tampa is going to get waxed by San Francisco. I understand. I feel you when you say Purdy is due for an egg. I actually do feel you on that. But that egg is going to come in Philadelphia, not on Sunday. That egg is going to come in the NFC Championship game where the Niners will be at after they take care of business against Dallas. So enjoy your victory. Enjoy your 6 days of success. Another factor that I'm a point in is that 49ers played on Saturday. Dallas played on Monday. 49ers got 2 extra days of rest and preparation. Just thought I'd throw that nugget out there. And like I said, you don't know how serious that J-Ron Curse injury is, and
right.
That's big, when you talk about Debo, and the person that don't get talked about a lot is Brandon Ayuk. He's a 1,000-yard receiver. He's a leading receiver. I think 49ers take care of business. So
yeah,
I do.
Well, but I got him too. So your Super Bowl picks have changed. So who do you think going down now that
No, I thought the Chargers would go to the AFC Championship game. I think the Bengals are going to return to the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be. And honestly, midway through the season, I thought it would be Philadelphia and Buffalo. I haven't changed off Philadelphia, but I think it'll be Philadelphia and Cincinnati. I will actually hate that Super Bowl. I love both teams. But it would not surprise me to see San Francisco in the Super Bowl. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. It wouldn't.
I got Buffalo and Philly.
You still got Buffalo and Philly? Okay. Well, we'll see. Hey, it's time to play the games. Yeah. It's time to settle it on the field.
Like Triple H.
And I know, and I understand Tony's method of thinking. He wants the Giants to beat the Eagles so they can host the NFC Championship game if Dallas beats the 49ers. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm thinking that far ahead. I'm just win, baby.
All right.
I like how honest y'all are with each other. You said you a hater. Nigga said guilty.
Okay.
Well.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. All right, fellas. Well, look, I got some business I got to take care of, and I will hit you guys back.
All right.
All right, later.
All right, man.
All right, Tony and Calvin, the Bucks fan and the Cowboys fan, having a peaceful resolution. No, I'm just joking. But next up, we got Lil Bro Keese. What up, homie?
Ain't nothing was good with you.
Hey, man, watching these games, Super Wild Card Weekend, first and foremost. All right, you're an Eagles fan. You had the week off. What was your takeaway from the entire Wild Card Weekend?
I mean, all the games were pretty good except for, yesterday. But, yeah, I was thoroughly entertained with everything. And I'm not really surprised by any of the outcomes.
Well, me neither, because I don't believe anybody picked, well, not many people picked the Vikings to beat the Giants, even though they were the home team. So now, I don't know how much of more of a scouting report as an Eagles fan you would need to do on the Giants as a division rival, round 3. So that's what you got. So what do you think the game plan should be for the G-Men?
Just doing what they've been doing all year. Daniel Jones quietly had a very good year.
Yeah, he got his money.
Talked about him.
He got his money. He got his money with that win against Minnesota.
Yeah. And they got one of the best running backs in the league. So I feel like they're just going to give the ball to Saquon. We can't forget about Daniel Jones' legs, obviously. And I think it's going to be a very tough matchup. It's going to be very hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. So I think they're going to bring their all. And I feel like we're going to be prepared. We've had a week off. Like, we better be prepared.
Yeah, you got that right. Well, let me backtrack into the games from this past weekend. First and foremost, San Francisco, once they went into the locker room and realized, wait a minute, we're San Francisco. They came out and blew the doors off of Seattle, which was no surprise. How do you explain the Chargers' meltdown?
This morning I seen they fired their OC and their quarterback coach.
Did they now?
Yeah, they did. But can you explain it? They just, I have no idea. I can't explain that.
Oh, they did fire Lombardi. Okay.
Yeah, that's a disaster. Oh my God. I feel for the Chargers fans because they had that game.
Yeah. 27-0. And the thing about it is that when the Jaguars put up 20 in the third quarter and it was just a 10-point game, I said, they can go back to running their original game plan. And they did, and they won. Now, I'm expressing a lot of concern for Buffalo Bills fans because I know that Miami's a division rival, but with Skylar Thompson as your quarterback, this should not be a 3-point win or a game where you're losing in the third quarter. How concerned would you be if you're a Buffalo fan, or would you be concerned at all?
They didn't play well at all. But it was more of a turnover game. I don't think Skylar Thompson I'm not taking nothing from him, but I don't think he had a good game. I just think they had very good field position from all the turnovers from Josh Allen and the fumble return for a touchdown. But yeah, Buffalo didn't play well at all. So I believe they should be very wary with Cincinnati.
Well, and now if you're Cincinnati, that miraculous fumble return at the goal line for a touchdown proved to be the game-winning play. I wasn't surprised at how that game went because, Baltimore, again, another division rivalry game. Baltimore has a top-flight defense, and I knew that Tyler Huntley would do what Tyler Huntley does, and that's keep the game close.
Yeah.
Would you have any concerns if you're the Cincinnati Bengals?
Not really. I don't have the same feeling towards Cincinnati that I do as Buffalo, because I feel like, Boston was a very tough team.
Yeah, they're tough.
Like you just said, they're going to always stay close. They're going to run the ball. They're going to play good defense. Joe Burrow did not have a bad game. Like Josh Allen had a bad game. So I don't really have no worries with Cincinnati, for real.
Okay, so that sets up the matchup. We never got to see the end of the Bengals-Bills game because of the injury to Damar Hamlin. If I'm Cincinnati, I have an attitude because the way the NFL handled it, they should feel like they could very well have home field in this game instead of having to go to Buffalo, but I'll get back to that in a second. We already went over the Vikings and the Giants. Now, of course, the Cowboys and the Bucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. I called you last night during halftime. I said I'm borderline enjoying this because I am sick of Tom Brady. I mean, now, I don't root for the Cowboys or for anything, but again, like I said last night, it's a win-win because I hate Dallas and I don't like Tom Brady, so one of them motherfuckers had to go. Do you think Brady should call it a day?
I think so, man. I think so. The writing been on the wall for pretty much the whole season.
Yep.
He hasn't played well all season.
Yep.
They snuck into the playoffs with just being in a very bad division.
Yep.
So, I know Giselle was just laughing her ass.
Oh, shit. That was petty. Oh, that was petty.
Having a ball.
That was petty. Motherfucker. You gave up me to come back and have a losing season and go out in the first round, you bastard.
So, he has nothing to prove.
He has nothing to prove. Nothing.
It doesn't get any better. Last year they won the playoff game and then they lost versus the Rams, correct?
Yeah, the Rams, yeah.
And this time they just got embarrassed.
They got embarrassed.
Football. So I think it's time.
Because he's not going to make you... He's not getting better as a player. He doesn't elevate players anymore. For him to be on your team, the team has to be so stacked. He's not, for the majority of the game, he's going to be dinking and dunking, throwing 2-yard passes, 3-yard passes, but then everybody's going to kiss his dick because, he broke the completion record. So what?
But look, it's like, I was looking at the stats, like, why the fuck is Brady, my bad for cursing.
No, you can cut, bro, you don't want to hear me cuss all you want to.
Why is Brady throwing 58 times? Like, you have Fournette, you have Rashad White. They only had 12 rushing attempts, and Dallas isn't really known to be a very good rushing, defense. So why is
running game?
A 45-year-old quarterback throwing 58 times?
I don't disagree, but their running game stinks. But in theory, I don't disagree with you at all. Which is why I don't think that he will go to San Francisco. Like people, I swear people want to put him on the 49ers. Do the 49ers look like they need Tom Brady?
No.
Exactly. And Tom Brady is going to want to come there and run his own offense. Well, Shanahan ain't going to let that happen. I don't care how much of a run-centric team they are. They're going to do things his way, not Brady's way. Now, to me, I think it's a bad look if Tom Brady goes to another team at this point in his career because it's like, bro, you have nothing to prove. Do you have an identity without pads and a helmet on? I think not. But you have over $30 million a year waiting for you in the booth where you can still talk about football. You just won't come out and, you won't come out and play. And just because you can't come out after whacking off and scream, let's go! You feel like that all of that was worth your family? Okay. But if he goes somewhere, where do you think he would end up?
Obviously there's going to be a team that's going to give him a chance. I don't know. Who do you think?
I think probably the Raiders.
maybe Washington.
Oh no.
That'd be kind of that'd
No.
be but yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, I think the Raiders because of McDaniels.
But look, I'm not. They might think about Jimmy G and not Brady, because Jimmy G, Purdy took that. Purdy got that job. I think Jimmy G out there. I think when Trey Lance come back healthy,
Oh, he done. They're gonna trade him,
backup. He might just be the backup.
or they're gonna trade him.
I feel like just because they put so much draft capital into Lance, they're gonna probably just do like a QB competition with them, with him and Purdy, because they traded so much to get that second overall pick.
Well, if let's say the 49ers win the Super Bowl, what the hell do you need? What quarterback competition? There would be no quarterback competition.
Hey, but look what happened in Philly. That can be the same thing. Look what happened in Philly.
Yeah, now see that's okay. Well, see the reason why I think that situation was different is because you had seen Carson Wentz play for over a year. You saw him play his rookie year, and then that year in 2017, he was the leading candidate for MVP before he got hurt. You've only seen Trey Lance play a game, and he didn't look good that game.
No, he didn't.
You saw him play. You have a one-game sample. Yeah, you gave up a lot to get him. Thought it was stupid, personally. You're going up to get a guy who played North Dakota State, whatever, fine, but who hasn't played consistent football since 2019. I never agreed with the Trey Lance pick, but it is what it is. Let me ask you a question I didn't get a chance to ask Calvin or Tony. You see this Lamar Jackson tweet?
What did Lamar say?
No, he just tweeted a quote that if you want, what the hell did he say? Something along the lines of, when you have something good, you don't risk losing it. You take care of it, and they'll take care of you.
I mean that's fact. But like that's just such a like. I've been hearing you talk about it for a couple of weeks. Like, I understand the Ravens side of things also, as far as like this man hasn't finished a season in what
in two seasons since the 2020 season.
And he's his own agent. Like I'm pretty sure they've been negotiating, but he's probably like a hard person to negotiate with.
Well, I see both sides. But I see both sides argument. But what I didn't know when I made those statements last week is that it came out that the Ravens offered Lamar $133 million guaranteed. Now,
I mean, compared to all the other,
right? Exactly.
Like how bad is that? Is that
how bad? Kyler Murray got about 185 guaranteed.
Oh God.
Russ got around 150, 160 million guaranteed. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I understand not doing the Deshaun contract if you're the Ravens, but come on, man, you giving him less money than quarterback. Like he's a more proven quarterback than Kyler Murray. He's not more. He doesn't have the resume of Russell Wilson, but now everybody thinks Russell Wilson is falling off. Come on, man. Y'all could at least offer this man 200 straight up guaranteed.
133 to 200. That's a big jump.
That's a huge jump.
I understand what you're saying, though.
That's a huge jump. But let me throw this out there. I just want to pick your brain.
Yeah.
This is what I was thinking about last week. If you're the Ravens and you so gung-ho about, you don't want to pay Lamar what he wants to be paid, and now, there is a reality that you may have to part ways with him, I would throw this out there. I would try to trade Lamar Jackson to Chicago in a straight-up trade for Justin Fields. You know why I say Lamar Jackson for Justin Fields? Neither fan base would have a problem with it. I'll tell you why. Because they're both dynamic. They're the two best running quarterbacks in the league. If you're the Ravens, you don't have to change your philosophy of play. You don't have to change your style of play at all. If you're the Bears, you don't have to change your style of play at all. And then if on the Ravens side, you'd have another year with Justin Fields before contract talks with him would come up. What would you think of that?
That sounds like a Madden trade. I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea. It's just who wouldn't do that? Like, which side would be like, I wouldn't want to do that.
Well, see, if you're the Ravens, you could try to get a little greedy. You could say, okay, I'll trade you Lamar Jackson for Justin Fields, and I want that first overall pick.
Oh, nah, they ain't doing that. Nah. I think, that's definitely being a little too greedy.
The thing about it is, while I don't disagree with you, the Bears have so much cap space, they may end up trading that number 1 overall pick anyway. You know what I mean? Even if they don't, let's just say that trade doesn't happen. It probably won't. But they have so much cap space and draft capital. They'll probably trade that number 1 overall pick, especially if the Bears are saying, okay, no, we're going to keep Justin Fields. They could use that as leverage for a trade for a big time wide receiver or an offensive lineman. But yeah, if I'm the Ravens, I would entertain that. And if I was Bears, I would listen because you're getting.
All right. So if I was the Ravens, of course I would do that. But from Chicago's side, Chicago they got more problems than just their quarterback.
Of course.
I don't think just getting Lamar and trading so much to Lamar and a first-round pick is going to really make them much better overall as a team. Their defense is bad. They ain't really got much weapons as far as receivers and all that.
Absolutely.
So I just think, yes, if you're the Ravens, I mean, you're getting a younger version of Lamar, kind of. That's a win for the Ravens, but for Chicago, yes, you're getting a better quarterback, but I feel like your team is going to worsen than what it actually is.
I don't think. See, that's why Chicago's the money, the cap space that Chicago has. You have enough money to where you could address your defense and your offensive line. I don't. That's just something that I thought about. That was just some. I was like, just kind of things that made me go,
I mean, yeah, and then this player seeing like Lamar go to Chicago might want them to go to Chicago too. So I say that I like that trade. Yeah, it's not a bad trade at all.
Well, let me get your picks for next week's games. This week's games, I guess. Jacksonville at Kansas City. Who you got?
All right, of course, the obvious pick will go like Kansas City. But I would not be surprised if the Jaguars win. So I'm picking Kansas City.
Okay. And why do you think the Jaguars have a chance to win?
Because Doug Peterson is a very good coach.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen him do it before.
Any Eagles fan will say amen to that.
Yes, we were big underdogs that whole season, and he figured it out. And Kansas City, I feel like they can score with Kansas City. I definitely do feel like they can score with Kansas City. I feel like it's going to take one play, and just like, I just feel like I can see the Jets. I think it's going to be a close game.
I do too. They got weapons. I mean, Christian Kirk proved he was worth the contract. Marvin Jones, Zay Jones, ATN, they got weapons.
Yes. So, I mean, I'm going to give Kansas City the edge because, Andy Reid, they're at home too. So I'm going to give them the edge. But close game, I'm excited for that one. That's going to be a good game. For that one.
Okay. Now, New York Giants at Philadelphia. Who you got?
I mean, of course, I got to be a little biased.
Of course,
That's my boys. I mean, of course, I'm going to go our way, but again, close game. They go fight. We just got to be ready to take them hits.
Okay, no problemo. Cincinnati at Buffalo. Who you got?
Now, I'm this year, I just feel like Buffalo got a lot more to play for. I mean, just the heartbreak of last year versus Kansas City, that dumbass 8 seconds before the,
13 seconds.
Oh my God, what kind of, so I just feel like, and then with the
Well, he didn't die, so that injury,
but
he's actually doing a whole lot better.
DeMar, host is named DeMar. So, and they're at home. I'm gonna go with Buffalo.
Oh,
I gotta go Buffalo.
all right. And Dallas at San Francisco.
That's a revenge game, man. I think I said that yesterday.
You did. You did.
It's a revenge game for Dallas. And boy, I don't want to pick Dallas. I really don't. But I can't pick Dallas. Fuck Dallas. I can't do it, but I can't pick Dallas. I'm trying to. I'm like, shoot them winning, but I can't do it. I fucking hate them, bro. I can't pick Dallas.
So you going with San Francisco on sheer hate? Got you.
Oh yes, off of hate. I fucking hate Dallas. I'm going San Fran, bro.
Okay, no problem. All right, no problem. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let you go, bro. But all right, I got your picks: KC, Philadelphia, Buffalo, and the 49ers. Because fuck Dallas.
Fuck Dallas, yo. All
right, little bro, I'm gonna get at you.
All right, bro.
All right. I know that's right. He was right. He had Dallas on the tip of his tongue. And then he just started to throw up in his mouth just a little bit and said, no, I cannot do it. Fuck Dallas. I'm going with San Francisco. So, and I ain't mad at Keith for feeling like that, but now this is what we came for. Let me stop. You all know, hey, today I saved the best for last, depending on how you look at it. Brother Sean, Cousin David, what it do?
What's good?
Hey, David's sleepy as hell. Everybody, tell David to wake the fuck up.
We got David with your black ass.
Oh, shit. Anyways.
I tell you what, though, it sounds a whole lot better than David standing in front of a rib shack with a bad Bluetooth in his mouth. God, that audio was horrible last week, David. When I went back and listened to it, I said, I should be ashamed of myself.
Audio check. You should cut him out because he got another day, right?
But see, and I'll explain Sean's sound right now. Sean is currently exercising.
I am.
But okay, well, fellas, Sean, I will start off with you. What was your overall takeaway from this week of Super Wild Card Weekend?
Tom Brady need to quit.
Say that again?
Tom Brady needs to quit.
Yeah, you need to quit.
I got to figure that the Cowboys are going to do what they did to the Buccaneers. Just on the strength that the Buccaneers online is trash. And Dallas defense is careful. Their defensive line, and Tom Brady ain't mobile. So I kind of figured that was going to happen. The Giants beat Minnesota. I called that. Did I call that one?
You did. We all called Minnesota to beat. We all called the Minnesota to lose to the Giants.
They the biggest runs I've ever seen with that line. That's terrible. So we all knew that was going to happen. But the Jacksonville Jaguars letting him know. I mean, everybody in their mom, if you see up in the top line, Trevor Lawrence ain't ready. He said, hold up, hold my long ass beard right in the shoulder.
All right, now, Sean, I gotta ask you the same thing what I asked David last week. What the hell did you just say?
You talking about?
Right. You talking about my audio? This lady sounds you got his hair full ass.
I can hear you, but you sound like you in a cubicle.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I told you I was working out. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, what's that in your background?
I tell you what to this guy, damn. The whole full of a bowl full of bootios. That's what he got in his background. Bowl full of bootios.
You get skinny. Black niggas want to call you and fuck your shit up. They don't want to see you be great.
I always want to see you be great, dog.
You don't want to see me be great.
I always want to see you be great.
Can you hear me back now?
Oh, you sound perfect now. You are perfect.
That's because I had to turn this music off.
Okay, now what were you saying about Jacksonville?
Oh, yeah. Trevor Lawrence, my boy, everybody was talking about he wasn't ready. And he said last time, hold my beer. I'm going to show you motherfuckers what I can do. Doug Peterson, shout out to Dougie P. I
Dougie
always
P.
believed in Doug. It was Carson Wentz's fault.
Exactly. Bingo. Exactly. You are 100% right on that. Sean, you the only one you missed last week for this last week of picks was the Dallas-Tampa Bay game. Everything else you got right.
Yeah, that's because of my hate wanting Dallas to lose, but I figured that was going to pop off.
Well, I looked at it as, and David, I'm gonna ask you in a second. It's what I've been saying the whole show is that, for us it was a win-win because we hate Dallas, but we're sick of Tom Brady. And I put this on Facebook last night that I was borderline enjoying that shit.
Yeah.
Because Tom Brady looked like he needs to retire.
He looked like Eli Manning, that chucking ducking.
Yo, did you see that? Did you see that baseball slide tackle he tried to do when Godwin fumbled?
Man.
Bro, that was the worst shit ever. Now, see, David, this might hit you different because I know you love Tom Brady, being a Patriots fan. What was your overall takeaway of the football weekend?
Any point asking me about that in football weekend, nigga, how's that work? So you
but let me ask.
Let me comment.
I won't finish. Let me tell you about Brock Purdy and them.
Okay, brother, I'm sorry. Yes, Purdy damn good. What you saying?
Yeah, because Brock Purdy, that was my first time actually putting eyes on him, seeing him play the whole time. I got to say, bro, I'm a little bit nervous, man, because
you should
be.
You should be.
In that pocket throwing darts. It was like the people was wide open. It was like, look at you, and then like this line. I mean, he had so much time. If you look at the plays, he was just sitting there patting the ball, like. And then when he had to escape, he was escaping, throwing them darts. Them darts was looking nice, boy. I feel sorry for the Cowboys, but that should be a good game.
Well, I don't feel sorry for the Cowboys because I think they're gonna get served.
Right.
But let me tell you something. And when I was watching that Seattle game again, because I've watched Brock Purdy since Garoppolo got hurt. He's getting more confident by the game. And not only that, he's mobile, but if you watch him, watch the way he stands in the pocket, watch his throwing motion. Watch it again, Sean. Go back and watch those highlights again.
Oh, no.
No. And I'm gonna tell you who he looks like with his throwing motion and everything. Kurt Warner. If you look at his throwing motion, the way he stands in the pocket, I was sitting here, I was watching the game against Seattle, I was like, I can't put who does this motherfucker remind me of? And when I saw his throwing motion, I said, that motherfucker remind me of Kurt Warner. Now, the first half, he had the playoff jitters, you could tell, because he was overshooting. Like, Debo and Ayuk was wide the hell open on a couple of joints where he overshot him. But once he went in for halftime and settled himself down, bro, I'm telling you, the 49ers are another animal right now.
That's to be expected, though, for the playoff jitters.
Yeah, right. Especially it's your first game. I think that's what was going on with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, but then, I mean, the same thing. Yeah, you're right, because, I mean, that's another moment. That's a big moment. All eyes are on you. It's win or go home. Ain't no we could go home and fix this next week to play next week better. You got to do everything right now. Oh, your ass will be on the couch.
Yeah, and that, I mean, golly, and like when because the Seahawks were winning the game at halftime, but when the 49ers went in at the half and said, hey, we're the 49ers, right? My God. I mean, Seattle didn't have a chance in hell. Now, David, I want to ask you, because I know you said you were at work, I understand, but you're a Tom Brady fan. Did you see anything from last night?
No, nigga. No.
Okay, well, let me and Sean can give you a brief description. It's time to go. It's time to hang it up. You saw what?
Saw knucklehead. Ignorance of humanity. That's what I saw.
Well, bro, I'm gonna tell you, it's time for Tom Brady to go.
Tom Brady need to go apologize to Zane.
He really do.
Baby, I was just talking to my lady about that. I was like, what did the kids feel like? Like, is it too late? I mean, like you chose football over us too.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, David, Sean, I want y'all opinions on this, of what I'm about to say. And I've said this before. it's going to be some shit 5-10 years from now when those documentaries come out about Tom Brady and them kids come out and absolutely shit on him because it's going to happen.
Okay.
He said, fuck this. I'm not staying here, goddammit.
So this motherfucker let his marriage go, let his family go for an 8-9 season and an embarrassing playoff game.
Hey, what if it's because Antonio Brown actually hit it?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. What about Antonio Brown shit?
You gotta think about
Antonio
that.
Brown come up. Yeah.
He be dropping them nuggets like he really did hit it, and Giselle ain't said nothing.
So wait a minute.
True.
I mean, the man couldn't say when he was at the Patriots and then again at the Buccaneers. I mean,
this is why I love y'all.
Yeah, for real. He let a whole nigga sleep at your house with your wife. Come on, man.
You already know. Antonio Brown, you talking about the same dude who be butt naked in the pool with everybody else around him?
Yeah, smacking white girls in the face with your ass. Yeah. And Antonio Brown definitely 100% smacking Yeeks at one point in time.
Okay, well, let me say you this. If that is the case, and Antonio Brown did smash, one, that's Tom Brady's fault for moving a nigga in your house.
Yeah, exactly.
But two, I could understand why he was still playing football if that happened. If Antonio Brown smashed Giselle, then I take back everything about you let your family go.
Man, Giselle ain't did nothing to say. No, he ain't hit them jam.
I think he did it, knowing on the fact that it's like, all right, if I let him go ahead and do this, then he gonna be happy. He gonna calm the fuck down if I let him smash my wife, and then he gonna be playing for Tampa Bay forever.
Okay, well, if you put it that way, then he's still okay.
Proposal to Giselle.
Okay, well, David, if it happened in that form and fashion, then I still would blame Tom Brady because you still put football over your family. So you would let a teammate fuck your wife so he would be a better teammate to you?
No, not in front of the kids, but he was there because maybe he already knew the marriage was going down here, so he had to plan B. Like, all right, I still love my kids. Her, not so much. And she knew it, too. It was just like, all right, so cool. You know, babe, I need you to take one for the team. Then me get another ring. And, you know, you always talk about spicing up in the bedroom, whatever. I got a whole ass nigga right here. Bing, bang, boom. Problem solved. Everybody happy.
He's spicy, all right.
I was getting ready to say, bro. Hey, that gives take one for the team a whole nother definition, bro.
Yeah, he never lied.
Yeah, he tagged your man in. That's all he did. He tagged his man in.
Well, even if...
him on the bus, and Antonio Brown.
He didn't know Tom, you go ahead and go to practice real quick. I'll meet you there.
Yeah. Remember I told you about my knee injury? So it's back again, so I'm at chill house.
Rehab.
All right, yeah, okay.
Your wife rehab
she made me one of these smoothies and to heal me like she healed you.
Yeah. Remember the quinoa smoothies you don't be caring for? Yo, I fuck with them shit.
So wait a minute. So you saying, okay, Tom, go to practice while I stay here at your house and practice?
Yeah. I think that's all that happened.
Okay, if that was the case, okay, I can more understand him playing football, but bottom line is, bro, the play is not... Tom Brady was seeing ghosts last night.
He was. And you could tell every time they got to him, it was just like, man, throw the ball, throw it on the ground, get it out of my hand.
Yeah, he's afraid to get hit.
Absolutely. He ain't used to it.
No.
He used to get that ball out of his hand so quick to the playmakers he had. Them people he used to have.
Yeah, man. And the thing about it is, Mike Evans is still great. Chris Godwin has actually gotten better as the season has gone along. Tom Brady is not, he's not elevating people the way he once did.
No.
Not at all.
So now you're seeing the decline in the players. That's what you're saying.
Right. It's David, if you watch, listen, first of all, and my man Keith, my homeboy Marquise said this the last call I had. He said, why is a 45-year-old quarterback throwing the ball damn near 60 times? And he actually threw the ball 66 times. Tom Brady won't do nothing but throwing 2-yard, 3-yard passes. Went deep to Julio Jones once.
Mm-hmm.
And
the touchdown pass.
Yeah. And it's like, yo, there is definitely a decline in play because if you blitz him, and especially with a blitz like Dallas got, and if you get home, he's going to get happy feet. Listen, Dallas didn't do nothing more than what they were supposed to do. Tampa Bay has been a bad team all season. They've been the benefit of a crappy division. They're the only team in the playoffs who had a losing record. Brady has been bad all year.
First time he's had a losing record.
First time he's ever had a losing record. And it's time to look. You got over $30 million a year in the broadcast booth waiting for you to sit on your ass and just talk about football.
Right.
But yet we're hearing about you may go to the Raiders. What the fuck for?
Right. I don't know, shock value. I don't know.
Bro, you can go to Las Vegas and you don't have to play football. You can go to Las Vegas and still get your dick wet.
It's true.
I mean, look, it's whatever the man want to do. He can write his own ticket. He can do whatever the hell he want to do. The man's the GOAT. You're not going to tell him he can't do it.
Obviously proven at this point in time.
He had a shitty season. He lost, apparently, and that's what it is.
Well, it depends on who you ask about the GOAT conversation, because he ain't my motherfucking GOAT, okay? He cheated for them. He cheated for them first 3 Super Bowls.
On paper, he's the greatest.
On paper, okay.
On paper, that's it.
On paper, sometimes banana tastes better pickle. I don't know.
What the fuck you talking about?
That's right there, nigga.
Well, okay. Well, David, here, since you said you weren't able to watch any playoff game, and David, this will make you feel even better. You weren't able to watch any playoff games because you were at work, and trust me, we know how that grind be. The New York Giants won, homie.
Yeah, I don't care for that shit at all either.
Remember, Sean, David picked the Vikings to win the game out of pure hatred for the Giants. He's the only person that picked the Vikings to beat the Giants.
Man, he must have seen what we seen, because the Vikings are absolute poop. They need to go ahead and let go of Kirk Cousins. He ain't that dude.
Bro, let me tell you something. I ain't seen Daniel Jones play like that.
Oh, no. Daniel was balling on him.
What he did is he just got himself a new contract.
It's good coaching, bro. Brian Daboll is actually the first coach from the Patriots tree. Oh, no, he didn't come from the Patriots. He came from the Buffalo, didn't he?
Yeah, he came from Buffalo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. He's actually good coaching, bro.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. There's a reason why he why he wanted to go to the New York Giants, because Daniel Jones and Josh Allen share a similar skill set.
Mm-hmm.
And Danny might be more accurate. Josh has a stronger arm, but Daniel Jones balled out.
He did. So did Saquon.
He did. And yeah, of course, yeah. And I mean, for them to make their playoff debuts, you know, they showed out. They played well. And the Giants, round 3 against Philadelphia. Here we go.
I'm nervous about that game. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, be nervous about the 49ers if they win.
I am. I'm worried about them too, but right now I'm worried about this one.
Well, I said this earlier. The NFC East definitely showed out this week.
They did.
They did. 3 of the 4 teams left in the NFC is all NFC East teams. So that's definitely something to be proud of if you're an NFC East fan. Now, you know, again,
we just was called the NFC Least.
Just a year ago, that's what you were called.
Mm-hmm.
What a difference a year makes. So, what did you think about? So now let me ask both of y'all a question. And David, I mean, guess kind of piggyback off of what Sean is saying because you didn't see the game.
Like, I'm sitting here smoking, drinking a beer, nigga. Like, hey, whatever y'all say it is, except that stupid shit you just finished saying.
About what?
The egg, you know, fucking whatever the heck you said.
Sean, he really hates the Giants.
Yeah,
I ain't got a problem with it.
How can a person from New York really hate the Giants?
Fuck them niggas,
Okay, well, if you were a Buffalo Bills fan, would you be concerned, Sean?
Absolutely.
And tell me why.
Absolutely. They didn't look good at all. And I mean, they struggled. There was a lot of turnovers from goddamn, I'm trying to get it off. Who did they play against? Shit. I'm trying to get this song to my son.
Miami?
Yeah, Miami. Shit. To a backup fucking quarterback is Skylar Thompson.
Backup? That's the 3rd string.
Excuse me, the 3rd string. My fault. Like, the 3rd string. Skylar Thompson. Nobody even expected that game to even be close like that. And granted, they got all them weapons. But come on, you're supposed to put them away with your 3rd string quarterback. And if you're Miami, what do you even do with that? Because, I mean, do you keep Tua? Or do you keep moving? Because he ain't going to be able to stay out. I mean, they're in a fucked up situation. But you can see that you can win with the pieces you got. They just need to get them a quarterback, and I don't think they're 100% sold on Tua because of his injuries and all that shit. So they're in a tough situation of what they're gonna do, because if they choose wrong, it's gonna be a setback for them for coming up, because they ready to play right now.
Well, David, I hear you chiming in about the Tua situation. What do you think?
What they need to do is just get that man his piece of the pie. Say, look, you good. We fucked you up. We might be wanted for attempted murder because we had you playing them games we know you had no business playing in. They got you killed a couple times. Our bad, B. Here go the money we owe you, but we can go a different direction. That's really just it. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in the game, but I'm sure the third string quarterback that was playing.
Let me make a hot take.
Third string quarterback.
Let me make a hot
That
take.
is bad.
You said what?
Let me make a hot take.
Okay.
They got 2 first-round picks, right?
They have 2 first-round. Who? No, the Dolphins? No, remember, their first-round picks got taken away because of that scandal with their owner, Tom Brady, and Sean Payton.
They fucked up, because I would say right now, the way it's looking, shit, they probably could they could have used them just to go get Lamar Jackson the way them shits was looking for in Baltimore.
I have a hot take for you on that, but I'll get to that in a minute. What I would say as far as the Dolphins goes, I think this may reopen the door about Brady joining the Dolphins because of, the uncertainty of Tua's concussion issues. And now, again, I think Brady should retire.
I don't think Brady the answer neither, bro.
Huh? I don't think he would be. I don't think he would be the answer. I'm just saying I think that reopens the door. I don't think he would be the answer. But the only thing that I could see being effective. No, the only thing that I could see possibly being effective if Brady were to go to Miami is the fact that what would you saw Tampa Bay's offense last night, Sean. 2-yard pass, 3-yard pass. Really, you're dependent on run after the catch. Who in the league is better at that than Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle?
Well, yeah, because you can ding and dunk to them and they can turn nothing into something.
That's what I'm saying.
And you can do that there, but no.
No, I wouldn't do it either. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you what. Who might be a good answer in Miami? Derek Carr.
Derek Carr, yeah.
Derek Carr. But Buffalo, okay. The original question was Buffalo be concerned. You said you think Buffalo should be concerned. Okay. I think Buffalo should be concerned for everything that you said. Plus, their offensive line. You see how Miami beat up Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on the other side, you see how they were getting no pressure on Skylar Thomas. You're missing Von Miller. You're missing Von Miller. Now, if you're a Cincinnati Bengal fan, would you be concerned?
Yeah, with your left tackle going and the way they were getting at Joe Burrow, I would be concerned too.
Okay. And these 2 teams play next week. What did you think of that play at the goal line with Huntley and the return back by Sam Hubbard?
I think Jim Harbaugh needs to get the hell out of that team. Why the fuck you ain't running your running back?
Yeah, you heard J.K. Dobbins had some shit to say about that too, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's some wild shit, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm one to say that it's easy to say based on how those games went. It's easy to say, well, if Tua had played, Miami would have won. If Lamar would have played, Baltimore would have won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they so close. And we all know that with them on the team, that they take their team to another level. So you would assume that because those games are so close, that they would have won. Better favor for Lamar and him, like, yo, if y'all know y'all have had me, we won that game, right? And everybody know that. Hell, they still could have won that shit, but it was stupid coaches.
Well, the way that the Bengals-Ravens game didn't surprise me, because what I've been saying about Tyler Huntley for the last month is that he's a capable backup. He'll keep the game close, but he won't necessarily win. Baltimore's defense has gotten real. Cincinnati and Buffalo escaped. At the end of the day, the name of the game is survive and advance.
It's playoff football, man.
Playoff football. Now, did y'all see Lamar Jackson's tweet at the Ravens today?
No, what he posted.
Okay, let me pull it up.
Fill me in, my brother.
Huh?
I said, fill me in, my brother.
Yes, I will fill you in. Hold on. Let me pull this up. It wasn't something that he necessarily tweeted himself. It was a quote. Yeah, it was a quote. It was a quote. So Lamar Jackson says, let's see. And this is kind of a cryptic message. He said, when you have something good, you don't play with it. He said, you don't take chances losing it. You don't neglect it. When you have something good, you pour into it. You appreciate it, because when you take care of something good, that good thing takes care of you too. That's what he tweeted at the Ravens. Well, that's what he tweeted.
Line the other day.
Huh?
But you basically just watched Thin Line the other day.
What did you say, David?
He just watched Thin Line Between Love and Hate the other day.
Maybe.
Watch that movie. He just watched that movie. He watched the Dick last night.
Paid me, I would have played.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There.
That's what he's saying. It's like, if you took care of me, I'd have took care of you, bro.
Okay, let me throw this wild take out here. I proposed this to my homeboy Marquise on the last call. If you're the Baltimore Ravens, I just want to know what y'all would think about this. If you're the Baltimore Ravens and you have doubts about signing Lamar Jackson to a long-term deal. Now, in fairness to Baltimore, I'm putting all caps on here. In fairness to Baltimore, the last 2 seasons he has not finished. He's missed the last 5 games of each of the last 2 seasons. But if you don't feel comfortable about paying him the money that he wants, this is what I would think about doing. If I was the Ravens, this is what I would try to do. I would try to trade Lamar Jackson in a straight-up trade to the Bears for Justin Fields.
Ooh. Hey.
And I tell you why. Because the Ravens would not have to change their style of offense. The Bears would not have to change their style of offense.
Not really, no.
You're getting pretty much the same.
Lamar Jackson, but I don't think Lamar would be mad at that neither, too. I mean, to the Bears. I mean, I don't know. He might be, but then again, he got a receiver in Claypool there.
The Bears can pay him whatever he wants.
Yeah, and he can still get more players there, too. It ain't too bad on defense.
Yep. No. The Bears gutted their defense.
Yeah, they did. They got rid of Roquan and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you don't have a trade clause or anything in this shit, if you don't have a say so, if I'm the Ravens, I would do that. If I'm the Bears, I still would do that too.
And I see this is where the Ravens. This is where the Bears.
Bears. I'm not doing that.
No, if this is where the Ravens could try to get a little greedy, the Ravens could say, I'll trade you Lamar Jackson for Justin Fields, but I want that number 1 overall pick too.
I'm going to tell you they can't do that. I'm going to tell you why you can't do that. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why you wouldn't be able to really do that. It's because Lamar Jackson is coming up with a contract. Justin Fields is not. Well, if you're the Bears, why would you have to pay somebody when you don't have to pay nobody right now? You got the same kind of quarterback and the younger one at that.
Well, because if the Ravens could franchise tag Lamar, then trade him.
Yeah, you can franchise tag him, but you still got to pay. Now you got to pay this quarterback.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have to pay.
That's similar. That he ain't. As far as similarities, they're almost the same. They both can run. You see, he can run just as well.
Yep.
He just got to develop his throwing. Basically, the same thing as Jalen had to do. If I'm the Bears, really, if you want to do that trade, you're still gonna have to give me some shit because I got a young quarterback who's not under contract, and if I take on Lamar, I'm gonna have to pay him up towards to like $40 million guaranteed. $40 million per year at least. So that's on the books, and you can't build around him unless you say you gutted your defense. And what else you gonna do?
Well, one reason why the Bears have as much cap space as they do is because they gutted the defense. They traded Robert Quinn to y'all. They got compensation for that. They traded Roquan Smith to the Ravens. They got compensation for that.
I'm gonna need a pick. I'm gonna need some picks to help build my team with that quarterback.
Okay, but as far as an individual skill set, don't you think that's an eye for an eye?
It is an eye for an eye, but as far as you talking about money too, that matters.
Oh, of course, the money matters. But if you franchise tag Lamar and you pay, and you franchise tag Lamar and you trade him, the Bears. Now, I'm pretty sure if the Bears were to, and this is all hypothetical. I haven't heard nothing about this. This is just some shit that I was thinking about. if you traded, I'm sure if the Bears traded for Lamar Jackson, I'm pretty sure they would sign him to a long-term deal. One is, did you hear about the guaranteed money that the Ravens offered Lamar?
Yeah, I heard he got it's always about the language in the contract. He wants fully guaranteed, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying the dollar amount that they offered him was $133 million guaranteed. That's $50 million less than Kyler Murray and like $20 million less than Russell Wilson.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't getting less than them two. I'm gonna tell you that shit right.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Kyler Murray ain't even been an MVP. He get more than me.
Not only more than you, $50 million more than you.
Yeah, if I'm Lamar, I wouldn't take that shit neither. Motherfucker say like, look, this motherfucker ain't even been an MVP. Ain't got more than that, nah, bro. Y'all had to come out your pockets at least 50 more than what he got.
What you say, David?
Kyler Murray's still playing Call of Duty. I just finished playing online with him. Yeah, I wouldn't take that shit either.
Cardinal Jr.
His gamer tag is don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
His gamer tag is fuck the Cardinals. That's what his gamer tag is. I wouldn't take that shit either.
That guy, trash.
Yeah, that's a slap in the face. Yeah, I wouldn't get out of bed for that either. I would turn on TV, look at my email, and if I didn't see no guaranteed money or a bunch of comments in that joint, I wouldn't take it either.
All I know is there's some vacancies at coaching. The first person I'm looking to get on my team is D'Amico Ryans, bro. I need him as my coach, bro.
Oh yeah, he's gonna interview with us.
Or Sean Payton.
And you know that's what's crazy is that everybody is saying Sean Payton to the Chargers because I think now you can put that Sean Payton to the Cowboys shit to bed.
True.
Sean Payton to the Chargers.
After tomorrow, they finna. If somebody else get them before this week, it might be another thing because Mike McCarthy's gonna get done up on next Sunday, bro.
Man, look, fuck the Chargers, fuck the Cowboys. Sean Payton, come on to Denver.
But but the thing about that is y'all got to give up picks to get him. Y'all ain't gonna be able to do that.
Well, we actually, and I thought so too. But we actually gained a couple of first-round picks in that Bradley Chubb trade to the Dolphins.
Oh, did you?
Yes, because we had no type of picks for real, because of the Russell Wilson trade to Seattle.
Yeah.
But trading Bradley Chubb to Miami, we got a couple of picks out of that, so we could. Yeah.
I got y'all compensation back.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good job by y'all GM to get rid of some y'all big pick acquire Russell. I would say. You thought so because the Russell was supposed to be better than what the hell he put out on the damn film this year.
That's what he said.
And then
like y'all in the room. Like Russell, you got to take a pay cut, bro.
Well, first of all, Russ is not taking a pay cut. I can promise you that. But this is why I want Sean Payton, because I look at Drew Brees at the end of his career, and all the deficiencies he had. He lost arm strength, and he was really never mobile.
The size as well. And they were still a 12-13 win team every year. Sean Payton can take what Russell Wilson can still do and make the best of it. And I think that, again, coaching matters. I actually think Sean Payton would be perfect. Everybody wants to send him to the Los Angeles Chargers to get rid of Brandon Staley. I thought Brandon Staley was going to be fired the next day after that shit. It's because he wants to stay in LA.
Oh yeah, I know. But I think if you think about it, think about who owns the Denver Broncos now. Walmart. Walmart owns the Broncos.
No wonder he's commercialized.
You said what?
You gonna see Russell Wilson in a fucking Walmart commercial now?
You probably will. I'm serious.
See him in a blue Walmart vest?
Yeah, Walmart owns the Broncos. And if the Broncos tell Sean Payton, hey, we'll hire you and you can have all the control you want, that's kind of hard to turn down. Plus, you can get all the commas you want. That's hard to turn down.
Walmart checks are official. Yeah, Walmart checks are official. Some shit is back to the next day.
We give you free groceries for life.
Not turning that shit down. I don't know about you.
Hey, bruh. Hey, if Walmart offered me that, I'm sold. I'm good.
I'm sold, bro. He's gonna get these free groceries.
Where you need to sign?
Where these eggs come?
Bro, that's like
I'm all on it.
That's like a black card for EBT.
Right? Free groceries?
Bro, I would take the you'll get 10 million. You'll get 10 million a year. You'll be in charge of player personnel, and you can get and you have free groceries for life. Nigga, sign me up.
Oh yeah, I'm with it.
Which one of these lines I got to sign on? Man?
Exactly. They gonna have a Walmart black card that just says Sean Payton. As soon as he swipes that bitch, it'll just come up on the cash register. He good.
I'm going to that bitch. I ain't even getting groceries. I'm going to get the TV out, the entertainment system. I want all that.
All that shit, right?
Give me a key to the building, so when they close at night, I can walk up in there. I ain't got to shop with regular assholes. I just go in the building.
I don't shop with the regular people.
You don't know who I am, nigga. I'm kind of a big deal. I don't even shop with you regular ass.
You ever Lawrence in the Waffle House, bro?
You said what?
Ever Lawrence is in the Waffle House.
Hey, I love seeing that. I love seeing stuff like that.
That's what I'm talking about. I hope he got that All-Star.
Yeah, I love seeing stuff like that. I do. I
absolutely been to Waffle House.
You get free chicken and waffles for life, though.
In Florida for winning that game.
Look, if he get free chicken and waffles for life, I'm rocking him.
You said what, Sean?
Brady out here kicking people. Is that what you was talking about?
Say what?
Tom Brady out here kick tackling people. Is that what you talking about?
Yeah, you saw that slide kick tackle he tried to do?
He dirty as hell.
That shit was, bro. He threw a pass to Chris Godwin.
Somebody did that to him, bro.
They thought Chris Godwin fumbled. He tries to tackle. The first time he gets blocked. Then he gets up and he literally does a baseball slide and tries to trip the play. That is like, they should have thrown, by the letter of the law, they should have thrown a flag for that shit.
Yeah, he dirty.
But I mean, honestly, I laughed when I saw it because it was so pathetic. It was like,
Tom Brady out here tackling folks, so it's a bad time.
He didn't tackle him. That's the sad part, David. He didn't tackle him. He tried to slide and he kicked his leg out.
That's crazy. And y'all still out in there.
Well, that's one of them, man. You got to do what you got to do. You got to take one for the team again.
Bro.
His common sense kicked in at the last second. Was like, am I going to tackle him?
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Bro. When I first realized that Tom Brady was a dirty player 10 years ago. In the AFC Championship game against the Baltimore Ravens, when they were losing and he tried to run for a first down, and he slid and kicked his leg up trying to kick Ed Reed in the nuts.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Dirty bitch.
You dirty bitch, exactly. And the next play, Bernard Pollard knocked Stephen Ridley the fuck out.
Hey, Chris Godwin was taking some hits yesterday too.
Bro, he was getting beat up.
And he was taking them Don BB hits. That one was coming across.
Yeah, he was
smacking the shit out of him.
That's right. I forgot about the Don BB hits. Yes, Don BB used to get lit up.
Russell Gage is back.
Yeah, Russell. What was the stat? Did you ever hear the status on Russell Gage?
They said he had a concussion, but I don't know how when he got hit in the back like that. That's weird.
Well, he had the back. Maybe the back. Well, it was like the back, but it was like the back of his neck.
Yeah,
and you saw his head snap back because I remember seeing him try to get up and not be able to. And I was like, oh, Lord, are we going to have another Hamlin situation? But he was moving his arms the whole time. So I'm like, okay. All right, it's not to that extent. But, yeah.
That's a gruesome sport, bro. That guy hit.
Well, you know what?
That guy hit from the Bills. Edmonds smacked the shit out of somebody.
Oh, no. I love that shit. Oh, out of the running back for Miami? No, fuck that. That's just football.
I smacked on that sideline when he fumbled. Kyle Hamilton smacked the shit out of that motherfucker on the Bengals and made that motherfucker fumble.
That's just football.
That's playoff football. I love that shit.
When Edmonds hit that motherfucker from Miami,
besides the Cowboys,
huh? Hey, look, when Edmonds hit that motherfucker from Miami, I rewound that bitch about 3 times. I said, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Man, I'm tired of flags when motherfuckers get smacked, man.
Look, this is football. You know, these players know what the hell they signing up for. Nobody wants to see what happened to DeMar Hamlin happen. Nobody wants to see that.
No.
But that
was a routine tackle. That wasn't even a smack.
Exactly. That was a pure example of shit happens.
Shit happens.
But nobody, but this is football, man. This is especially playoff football. Them hits gonna increase.
And you see everybody fighting every game. Somebody ready to fight because it's give it all to go home. Motherfucker do a dirty shit. You see that motherfucker twist.
I was just getting ready to say that Debo.
Yeah, he twist Debo ankle. That's just funny as hell.
Hey, that's what got that's what ignited the 49ers.
Yeah, when you do dirty shit like that, you deserve to lose. You play it dirty. Play straight up, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy. He gonna try to twist his leg the angle of which he had hurt it on. I'm like, hold on, And what did Debo do? Had a 74-yard touchdown.
I know what you get, man. Yeah, that was dirty. I'm not doing no shit like that.
Broski, I said 49ers Eagles over 2 months ago. We almost there. Bro, honestly, there's only two teams that I think that can beat the 49ers. The Eagles and the Bengals. That's it.
We about to find out, bro.
But with that being said, I need y'all picks, brothers.
Let's go.
Sean, I will start with you. First game, Jacksonville at Kansas City. Who you got?
Kansas City.
All right, why are you picking the Chiefs?
Playoff experience, and even though the boys playing hot right now with WT and them, you let KC get up on 27 points. You ain't coming back.
I mean, if you get up on KC 27 points, you still might lose that damn game.
Yeah, but I'm still, it's still, them boys ain't gonna be ready for KC.
Okay, David, same question. Who do you have? Between Jacksonville at Kansas City.
Ooh, Kansas City.
All right, why do you think the Chiefs gonna win?
All right, bye. Have a good time.
All right, bye. Have a good time. Why do you think the Chiefs gonna win?
Let me know how gymnastics going. I mean, $60 a goddamn month for that shit. Gymnastics. I'm gonna take gymnastics. Shit. I better see some bills when I get here in a little bit.
Green machine and ran the block.
Okay, you all right, D?
Huh?
You okay?
Yeah. I'm good, bro. What happened now?
Who you got winning the game between Jacksonville and Kansas City?
Oh, yeah, Kansas City, bro. Kansas City.
Why you think that?
They done had a whole week to rest. They should be back to prime, or at least back to their initial readiness. So I think they're the pressure team. Pressure teams always just pull it out. So Kansas City.
Do they pull it out with protection or without protection?
Hey, how it goes.
Are they four
homes ready for them, and that's just that.
Are they 4 pumps fresh?
I mean, maybe. They might give them hell in that first quarter. In that first 30 seconds.
Oh, well, then that means they may run out of gas. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Roll over, bust a nut, roll to sleep.
Bust a nut, roll over, go to sleep. Oh, yeah.
It's on glide the other 3 quarters.
Well, all right. Well, next game, Sean, I already know who you're picking. The Giants at the Eagles. That's Saturday night. Who you got? Oh, I know you're picking the Eagles, but why is Philly going to win this game?
Yeah, I was about to say, Sean's going to say they better win.
We better win, but to be honest, we have the better talent. The only thing that may get us is coaching, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, because they be doing some dumb shit over there. And I do believe that the Giants are well coached is the reason why they're here. And you didn't expect them to be here because you look at their team and they ain't gotten anybody, but they're playing like they deserve to be where they are right now. So, I mean, it's not going to be easy. Saquon is there. He's running tough. Daniel Jones is playing lights out right now with nobody there. Like, they don't have any weapons. So, I mean, it's going to be a good game, bro.
I would say this about their receivers. You don't know who they are, but they're coming along good. Yeah. That Isaiah Hodgins dude can play.
Yeah. So,
David, same question.
That's a better team on paper. So
they are. They are. David, same question. Giants at Eagles. Who you got?
So you got a team full of nobodies. You have a team full of nobodies.
Man, you got to respect your opponent, bro. You got to respect your opponent.
Man, if I'm getting a fight with a nobody, if I'm getting a fight with a nobody, that's something different. But if I'm playing against a team full of nobodies, it's like, all right. Let me think about this. I'm gonna go. That's true. But I'm with Sean for the same reason. They better win. And, on my initial statement, fuck the Giants. Nothing else needs to be said. And as I look in my cup that I'm sure somebody spit in.
Hey, you dumb as a bitch.
Well, fuck them Giants.
Okay, now here's the game. Here's the game that I'm curious to know what you guys take about. First game on Sunday at 3:00. Cincinnati at Buffalo. I've said this all show. If I'm Cincinnati, I have a serious problem with the NFL right now because of the way that situation was handled after the Damar Hamlin injury. Understand not finishing the game, I get it. Understand that you may have a neutral site for an AFC Championship game, I get it. But that game included those two teams. Had the Bengals won, this game would be in Cincinnati, not Buffalo. But because they decided not to finish the game, it's in Buffalo, not Cincinnati, where it should be at a neutral site. Cincinnati or Buffalo, Sean, who you got?
I'm actually going to go with Cincinnati. I don't think that I like the way Cincinnati plays. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Buffalo only on the strength of I think that left tackle injury is gonna hurt 50, and he already get pressured a lot, Joe Burrow. But man, that shit gonna be a game because Jamar Chase don't play, bro. But I still think Buffalo gonna pull that one out.
I understand your left tackle concerns, but Von Miller's not there.
But I mean, but they still get pressured the most out of anybody in the postseason too. The stats show that shit, so it don't even matter who on the line. They gonna get to it.
Okay, all right, and it is in Buffalo. And how much you want to bet Damar Hamlin be at that game?
You know, it gives all the people a big, hoorah about it. It's gonna be a whole scene there. They're gonna be running off emotion.
Okay, David, same question. Cincinnati at Buffalo, who wins?
Cincinnati's playing with a lot of emotion right now, and playing with a lot of. Joe Burrow's playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of swagger in that young man's direction right now, and I think they're gonna ride it. Honestly.
You picking Cincinnati?
I'm gonna take Cincinnati on that.
I too am picking.
It was a game like you said, but I think Cincinnati.
I too am picking Cincinnati because honestly, I think Cincinnati's better. Be honest. I think Cincinnati's just better than Buffalo. And I think the Von Miller factor is something that, I mean, look, they didn't get no kind of pressure on Skylar Thompson. I understand Cincinnati's offensive line is banged up. And Sean, you may very well be right, riding off a whole lot of emotion, especially if Hamlin is there. But to me, this is the game of the week. Everybody wants to say Dallas, San Francisco. To me, this is the game of the week, Cincinnati versus Buffalo.
Game to watch right here.
That Dallas San Francisco game gonna be tough too.
Well, that's the next pick. Who do you got? Dallas at San Francisco.
I'm never gonna pick the Cowboys, but even if it wasn't, I still think that San Francisco is a little bit too aggressive for that. But
what's crazy about the Cowboys is when you expect them to get demolished,
they'll fuck around and beat somebody's ass that you don't expect them to win.
That's true.
And because you just don't know with them. One day they show up and look like the best thing is his sliced bread. The other day they show up and look like they shouldn't even be on the damn field.
Then the next week they come out and they get beat by the Commanders.
Yeah.
They get their ass beat by the Commanders.
And it's always usually after they come off a high. So this is about time for them to get sent home. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Niners.
Okay. David, same question. Who you got?
I don't want to quote the man, but I can't remember. But Stephen A. says the Cowboys' biggest opponent is the Cowboys. Like Sean said, they come out one week, they look great, they look like the team to beat, but the next week they straight booty. You don't know what Cowboys team you gonna get. Yeah, they beat up a banged up ass Buccaneers team.
Yep.
Over the hill. Tom Brady.
Yep.
It's probably the biggest win of Dak's career he'll ever get.
Yep.
You know it.
And that's the first time Brady ever lost to the Cowboys.
Yeah, he was 7-0 against them, man. He 7-1. Look, he's diminishing all of his goddamn career stats, looking all good, man. He goddamn getting blemishes on them, motherfucker. You need to go ahead and quit out, bro.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and that's it.
So I don't know why you was going on top. I would have won that Super Bowl with Tampa Bay and been gone, bro.
As every quarterback wants to do, they want to win it and just be done. Like,
well, that's what Elway did. That's what Peyton Manning did. They won it and chucked the deuces.
We chucked the deuces. Well, they
But see, this is the reason. But this is the reason why he hasn't chucked the deuces. He has no identity outside of a football uniform. I never realized that more than this season. He has no identity with himself personally outside of wearing a football uniform. But fuck Tom Brady. We talking about the Niners and the Cowboys.
The Niners and Cowboys. So it's not really about Dallas versus San Fran. It's about Dallas versus Dallas. And until they figure that out, I got San Fran and Trump.
Hey, well, we all agree there. I mean, look, again, I think, David, you hit the nail on the head. They beat a banged up team that was bad all season with a washed up quarterback. And, ain't nothing about this 49ers team washed up. They a different animal.
They a whole different beast. And they gonna bring it. They gonna bring the fight straight to that. And is Dak ready for that type of pressure? On some level, maybe. And
not only that, is Dallas's defense ready for the pressure that Kyle Shanahan's play calling is going to put on them? You think about Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell. Them boys, I mean, they boy, I hope I'm right. I can't wait to see them play the Eagles. Oh my goodness, on the road too. I can't wait to see them play the Eagles.
And as Dak's record shows, he's an interception machine. I mean, interceptions per game. Like, what, at least 2?
Oh, yeah, he's throwing at least 2 on Sunday against San Fran.
And that's just not the way to get it done. So, yeah, it's one thing beating up the Buccaneers, but can you beat up San Fran like that?
Exactly.
I don't think he can be able to get it done like that.
I've told all Dallas fans this. Enjoy this victory because Sunday is over.
Yeah. Let them have a moment. You know, we had to listen to it for a whole another week and change or whatever, but it's going to come down to...
Man, I will push the mute button. I will press the mute button fast as a motherfucker.
It's like, look, when it comes down to real playoff football...
Now, here's the one thing I will say.
And there it is.
Here's the one thing I will say. I heard a couple of Tampa Bay fans on YouTube screaming, conspiracy, Dallas cheated. I had to put in the comment box, look, bro, I hate the Cowboys with a motherfucking passion, but they beat y'all ass. The only thing that was bad about the Cowboys last night was the field goal kicker.
That was hilarious. Is he still employed there today?
They ain't cut him, bro. They ain't cut him yet.
Man, bro, if he go into the 49ers like that, bro, if he had the real he had the
David, you said you didn't watch the game. Dallas's field goal kicker missed 4 extra points yesterday. Extra points.
That's bad, bro.
And they ain't cut him yet?
No.
He got some dirt on Jerry then. He was the one who leaked that old photo of LeBron.
Look, because if that was a big thing, because that 4th down that they went for it in the Jonas, they ain't get that. That was a blown ass coverage.
Yeah, that would have opened up the door.
That would have opened up the door for them to get right back in that game if they didn't get that joke.
Yeah, because he walked out on the field and turned around and walked back to the sidelines. I busted out laughing.
Like,
that was the coach. That was the coach making direct eye contact with him. Like, if you fuck this up, I will go to your mother's house and beat the shit out of her. I want you to know.
Yeah, now he in his mind, bro. But he did get that one out the door, but it ain't enough, bro.
Yeah, man. Look. When he missed the third one, because the first 2 was wide right. Then when he pulled the third one to the left, I said, "Oh, it's in his head now."
Yeah, that motherfucker hit the upright and kicked out to the side. Say, that motherfucker can't do nothing right.
I'm like, bro, if Dallas didn't keep scoring, then look, whatever. That's all I'm gonna say is whatever. That motherfucker wouldn't have been allowed to use the bathroom on the team bus. Fucking with me.
What it was, he got a private text from Jerry alone, and to meet Jerry off, and Jerry was like, "All right, you missed 4 field goals. We can forget this ever happened, but I'm gonna have to." It's a little third man. He was in his office shaking his hands together and everything, but like, we can forget this ever happened, but I gotta fuck you.
Bruh, I was swearing up and down that Tom Brady paid the kickoff. I was like, Tom Brady done sent you some money. Tom Brady done sent you some money, sent you his wife's DM or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because ain't no motherfucking way. You are a professional. I've never seen that before in my life. A kicker missing 4 extra points.
Yeah, that was bad.
But anyway, fellas.
Didn't hurt him too much.
Well, hey, yeah, that's true. Anyway, fellas, we can wrap this up. Any parting shots from my bros? Say it again. Say it again.
And shout out to Antonio Brown and Tom Brady for letting us call that new age marriage counseling. Yikes. Hey, you have a problem with your relationship? Hey, let Antonio Brown come in and punch your brother.
From the pit to the palace.
On the phone. Rob, who acting up over there? Somebody acting up?
You can't walk right now.
All right, well, look, fellas, I will hit you guys back on Monday when we have Championship Sunday set.
Yeah, if we lose, don't call me. I ain't answering.
Oh, no, if you lose, I'm definitely going to call your ass.
I ain't answering.
You heard that right. Y'all heard that right, America. He going to whoop out.
Antonio Brown be around.
Be happy. I'm going to be Antonio Brown on the man. You heard.
Asses in faces.
All right, fellas, I'll hit y'all up.
All right.
Boy, y'all know I had to say the best for the last today. Brother Sean, cousin David. Let's get it. My bros. But before we exit out of here, there's one more thing that I do want to address again. A couple things. First of all, the national championship game of college football was a joke. I mean, 65-7. I mean, that was a special ass whooping there that Georgia gave TCU. And I was pulling for the upset, but again, no issues if Georgia won the game, because, I mean, not Alabama. And now the whole Stetson Bennett thing, Stetson Bennett is like a senior citizen when it comes to being a college football player, but it is what it is. Another thing is this Dana White situation. I talked about it with my bros last week, and a couple of the people I talked to, said, took the road of, hey, well, she hit him first. Now, the main thing that I was trying to address on there was the fact that it has not seen the coverage that, let's just say, if it were a black individual, a black athlete or a black celebrity, like if that was LeBron James seen on camera smacking Savannah twice, that would be leading news for the next month probably. And it bothers me when I see the goalposts move back for certain individuals, particularly of a different ethnicity. But I also have to say, I don't agree with the stance of, well, she hit him first, because I'm never on the side of hitting a woman. Now, make no mistake about this. Let me clarify this really carefully and really clearly. Women, there's some women out there need to keep their hands to themselves too, because there are men out there who will think of the motto, well, she hit me first. And I don't think it's right to hit a woman. But women, you need to keep your hands to yourself as well. I mean, you can't move the goalpost back when you talk about equality, unless I put my hands on you, because people are not going to see it that way. I don't agree with Dana White's retaliation on his wife the way he did, and all of that stuff. I did it, this, that, and the third, and the no punishment stuff. All of that shit is a joke to me. That is a joke to me, because Dana White needs to be gone from the UFC for some period of time, and it just shows how different. It shows how much goalposts can be moved back, and rules can be changed for somebody who you try to protect, or somebody you like, or somebody that's of a different ethnicity. It's sad, but it's true. Trust me, I have been on the receiving end of blows, and you cannot. But I never struck back, because it's just as a man who takes it very personal when I see domestic disputes between a man and a woman, a man who has seen both sides of the ugly. I've seen when a man has struck back, and I have been on the receiving end to the point where it makes you want to strike back, but you don't do it. So again, I don't agree with the she hit him first, but at the same time, I'm gonna say this: keep your hands to yourself, ladies. Keep your hands to yourself, ladies. You know, because everybody is not going to walk away. Everybody is not going to see things the way of, well, I'm a woman, you can't put your hands on me. Some people are going to see it as, you hit me, I'm going to hit your ass back. Okay, I think what Dana White did was wrong. I think the coverage on this has been laughable. I think Stephen A. Smith, who I love dearly as far as my love for First Take, I think Stephen A. Smith and Molly Karam should be utterly embarrassed for the take that they gave on that situation, because it was the most inconsistent thing that they've ever done when it comes to giving their opinions on domestic disputes. That was a joke. Don't judge people at their lowest moments. That's what they get paid to do, to judge people at their highest and lowest moments. But as a society, when will equality actually hit the ranks? Who knows? But as a black man who pays attention to these type of situations, what you have done, and I'm glad that the music stopped, what you have done again was show what privilege really looks like. Because if you think a black man, I don't care how high in ranking, that could have been Barack Obama. If a black man was caught on camera smacking his wife, what do you think the outcry would be? Do you think people would have actually said she hit him first if that were a black person doing that? Or would you automatically go to angry black man? Again, as a black man who pays attention to this stuff, you have again showed America what privilege really looks like. And oh, by the way, let me throw this little nugget of information in there. Mickey Mouse, you endorse wife beating. And why is that? Because you're still in bed with Dana White, even after everything that just happened. Mickey Mouse, you endorse wife beating. But with that being said, what a buzzer, what a buzzer, what a buzzer. I mean, that's real shit. People try to talk morality all they want to, but when it affects money, morality goes automatically out the window. But anyway, this was a long episode of Sports Plus Life. Hey, yo, it is playoff time, and you know, we got to make it do what it do. But please don't forget to hit that subscription button and become part of the Sports Plus Life family. It's your boy, Brandon Brevon Towns. And yo, I want everybody to have a great, safe, and wonderful week. And yo, let's get ready for these division rounds. The NBA season has hit its midseason form. We will definitely get into that next week. Again, this is Brandon Brevon Towns. I'm out this beer. Peace, and I love yas.